All right. Come on in, children, and welcome to the very special Cinema Lords Christmas Extravaganza.
Let's go.
For those of you that might practice different religions or celebrate different holidays, I am jolly old St. Nicholas, better known as Santa Claus to most. And I'm going to be your host this evening for this very special event. Now, I know what a lot of you must be thinking. Santa, 48 hours away from Christmas. How on earth do you have the time to come and host a show like this with last-minute preparations?
For real.
What you guys might not know, because it's a great question. Up in the North Pole, most listened to podcast, Cinema Lords. Wow. Me, Mrs. Claus, the elves, the reindeer. We love the Cinema Lords podcast, okay?
Just played over the PA in the workshop.
Got it playing all day long, baby.
Love
Everybody knows it. We're talking along. We're watching all the things you guys are watching. We love it. So I got the call from Nick. He says, hey, Santa, you want to host, my Christmas show? I said, Mrs. Claus, what you think? She said, honey, you got to go. She called in a couple of the head elves. They said, Santa, don't worry about the last minute preparations. We're going to get it all ready. We're going to get the suit ready. We're going to get the sleigh ready. We'll get all the gifts ready. You go. You do this for yourself. Because this is a Christmas treat for Santa. Christmas, I don't treat myself very often.
You deserve this.
But I am. I'm treating myself this year. I'm very excited to be here. But, I'm going to be ready. Don't you worry. I'll see you guys very soon. Couple days from now. Don't you worry. Santa's going to be ready to go. But for right now, I got a show to host. And I couldn't do a show by myself, of course. So I got some friends of mine with me. First and foremost, I'm very excited to meet this young man because I've become quite a fan of his. Like I just mentioned, Cinema Lords podcast, big in the North Pole. Big in the North Pole. So I spent a lot of time listening to this young man, watching this young man on the YouTube page. I've become a big fan. I'm excited to meet him, and I'm even more excited to do a show with him. He is the Cinema Lords aficionado of Westeros, Lukey baby, Luke Kleinen. Welcome, Luke. How you doing?
Wow.
How we doing?
Wow, this is really special. To meet a legend like you.
Thank you.
Guy I've been looking up to for a really long time. It's a beautiful thing, and it's really an honor to be here with you.
It's an honor to be here with you.
Thank you, sir. And excited to have another new guest on here before. I don't know if you've met him. I know he's maybe been on a list or two of yours.
I haven't. He's always been on the nice list. With a little slightly naughty sprinkle tinkled in on the top, like a sprinkle on a cake, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just enough naughty.
But yeah, that's right. I'm not the only person making his first appearance on the show. We have another newcomer to the show as well. But I've heard he's got a lot of wit and a lot of high energy, so I'm excited to meet him and see what he's got on the podcast. Mr. Phil Pacheco.
Yeah, it's great to meet you, Santa and Luke. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. So I heard we're doing some drafting today.
We're going to be doing some drafting.
I think I got a pretty strong list. So
checking it twice?
Sorry. Yeah. I've been checking it twice.
Got to check it twice.
When it comes to drafts, though, Santa, I can't take it easy on you. I know you've been good to me in the past, but business is business.
Santa came to compete tonight. You don't got to take it easy on Santa. I'm ready. I'm here to draft as well.
That's what I like to hear.
And then we can't be doing this show without our producer on the ones and twos for the second time. She did a great job on the Halloween show. You can't see her because we got our cameras. We ran out of cameras, but Miss Stephanie Canestraro. Let's give a nice round of applause to Stephanie. Couldn't be here without you.
Producer Steph in the house.
That's right. She did a great job. So for those of you that tuned into our Halloween show, or the Cinema Lords Halloween show, we're going to be doing something very similar tonight. We're going to be doing a nice little Christmas draft, just like we mentioned. Now, before we get into that and the rules of all that, I had one note. Nick said, hey, you can do the show however you want, Santa. This is your show. I only ask you of one thing. So I'm going to take care of that right off the top. My good friend Nick, the creator of this show, only had one thing on his Christmas list. And it's something that I simply couldn't give him myself. It's something that I actually need you guys to help me out with. I've been doing so much for you guys for your entire lives. It's time for you guys to kick Santa one. You know what I'm saying? So I need all of you guys to go on to the Cinema Lords YouTube page. And I need you to smash that subscribe button, okay? If you're listening on iTunes or if you're listening on Apple iTunes, don't. Stop. Go watch the video because it's going to be better, first of all. And second of all, when you go watch the video, right below us, right below Santa, right here, going to be a nice little subscribe button. Go ahead and smash that for my friend Nicholas, okay? That's all he wants for Christmas. And not only is it that simple, it's just that simple to bring some joy into someone's life. You might just be lucky enough to get something in return. Because the first 100 subscribers to the YouTube page are going to be instantly entered into a nice little raffle. And the winner is going to get a $40 AMC Theater gift card.
Okay.
Very generous, Santa.
You know what I'm
Very
saying?
generous.
Keep
Just
the
for a
theater-
click of a button.
Yeah, keep
Right.
the theaters alive, too.
Exactly. You're helping out the local businesses. It's a great point. Everybody wins in this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wins. Nick's happy. The viewers are happy. The theaters are happy. It's a great thing for everybody.
Nick deserves that for Christmas, I think. He's been working hard.
He's been working very hard.
He's due.
He does a lot. He does a lot. He keeps us entertained, like I said, up in the North Pole. We'd be lost without him.
For sure.
But now that that's out of the way, let's get into our draft this evening. We're going to be doing an 8-round fantasy draft, just like we did for Halloween, or just like they did for Halloween. And just like then, we're going to be trying to do some subcategories within that. It's not just drafting 8 things. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be each drafting 2 movies and then 6 characters. The 6 characters will also fall into subcategories. So we will have one Santa Claus, some actor who was nice enough to portray me on screen. We'll be drafting one of those great fellows. We'll be having one main character or a protagonist. We'll be selecting a mother. We'll be selecting a father. We'll be selecting one either animated or a non-human character, whichever we decide we want to go with. And then we'll also be selecting one villain as well. So 8 rounds in total. 3 drafters right here, as you see in front of you. And, of course, now the question is, how do we decide the draft order? Who's going to be drafting first? Who's going to be drafting second? Who's going to be drafting third?
That's a good question.
Nick was nice enough to leave this up to me, so I said, hey, Christmas is almost coming. Let's give out some gifts.
Wow.
Oh,
So I
This
brought,
is special.
not my
Okay,
main sack.
okay.
This is Santa's side sack
The
here.
side
This
sack.
is the side sack. Okay?
Secret sack.
The
And I
personal
had
stash.
one of my most highly secured elves
Wow.
wrap 3 identical gifts.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Inside the gifts, we will find a box, and inside the box, we will find a ping pong ball, numbered 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Now,
Love it.
before we get to these gifts, it's Christmas, and Santa's got some more gifts for his friends that came and helped, okay?
Wow.
So, for my friend, Mr. Phil Pacheco, welcome to the show.
Oh, man.
Santa got you a nice 12-pack of
Santa.
Miller Lights. I
How
know
did
I
you know
watch you.
Santa?
I know
Oh,
what
my
you're drinking.
God.
Look at that. Miller Lite there. I know what my fella's like. I'm watching all year long, you know what I'm saying? And then,
Just when I ran out, too.
for a guy that I'm a fan of, and my friend now,
Wow.
Mr. Luke Kleinen. A nice 12-pack of Budweisers for you, my
Santa,
friend.
thank you, sir. That's
You're
exactly
more
what
than
I wish
welcome.
for.
You're more than welcome, fellas. You're
Thank
more
you
than
so
welcome.
much.
It's Christmas time, you know what I'm
You know,
saying?
this is my brand.
That's just a little beginning, you know what I mean?
Christmas cheers.
A little Christmas cheers. I love it.
There you go.
Hey,
Cheers,
Go
boys.
Santa,
here's to a
Luke,
good show, boys. Here's to a good show.
Steph.
I always assumed Santa was a drinker, but now that's confirmed.
Oh, of course.
What is Santa's drink of choice?
You think it's not stressful being Santa Claus, my friend? Let me tell you. They only show you
Oh,
the
man.
joy in the movies. The me throwing out the gifts and the kids on my lap. It's a stressful job, you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
try having a bunch of kids sat on your lap all day long and then dealing gifts.
Need a triple whiskey with hot chocolate at the end of the day,
So-
for sure.
Yeah, no
Little
kidding.
Coco.
I'll take whatever's left over. You guys can have your pick of the litter. But Phil, if you'd like to pick first, you're the newcomer tonight. Why don't you go and pick first?
I'll go the long way.
All right. Lukey's going middle.
Yeah.
All right.
Let it roll.
So let's see what we got here. If I know Vision, the only thing he doesn't want if he was watching tonight after the Halloween show is the second pick.
I got 3, baby.
I got 2.
Hey, Santa's got the 1 pick, baby. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. No collusion up front too, because I got picked with whatever's left, so they had that choice.
Oh, man. Santa finds a way.
Santa finds a way.
I had no idea Santa had such a eye for theatrics, too. I mean, this is well put together.
Yep. I thought my friend Nick would appreciate the Funko boxes. As you guys can see, every single week he uses the Funko backdrop, and I'm a bit of a Funko collector myself. Santa loves his Funkos.
Oh, yeah.
But now that we got our draft order, actually, Luke, if you don't mind, just because you have the easiest walk, could you actually go fill in that the first 3 boxes there with the draft order, if you don't mind?
For sure.
That would be great. Thank you so much, friend.
Got the red and green markers. Okay. Keep it
Yeah, you do as you will. We'll mix it all in, make it nice and pretty for everybody.
Who's one?
That would be Santa. Santa, baby, pick your number 1 tonight. The host, he's hot.
Santa can sing, too.
Yeah, I got it all, baby. I am Santa Claus. You ever seen my movies? Well, this whole draft's about me. You know what I mean? We got
one of
Mr.
my picks.
Philly P.
One of my picks is a very good singer.
Ooh, interesting. Already giving out clues. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much starts to put Santa Baby on the clock. Lot of pressure.
Yeah, this is a tough pick. I was struggling to think who I'd go first overall.
Gonna set the tone for
Lot of pressure. Lot of pressure indeed. Well, I think with the first pick, oh boy,
sure. Of the 2022.
this is very tough for Santa because I want to go one of two ways, but they're both the same route. This is where the strategy comes into play. You know what I'm saying? I think rather than take the movie as a whole, which is what I want to do, I am just going to select. I'm not going to lie. My father category, Santa, planned a little before this show. My father category, very limited. Not a deep pool there from fathers to pick from.
Yeah.
So I am actually going to take not only the best father in any of these movies, but he's the best character in any of these movies.
I was thinking
and he's the best movie in any of these movies.
I think
I will be taking Chevy Chase's Clark Griswold.
Oh, that's not what I was
from
thinking.
Christmas Vacation.
All right.
The
Man,
cream
That's
of
a good
the
one.
crop
That's a good one.
of
Alright.
Christmas, in my opinion. No movie funnier. Even back in the day, me and Mrs. Claus, we used to watch this all the time. I mean, growing up, we grew up together, me and Mrs. Claus, a long time.
Wow.
But we've been watching this movie since we were wee little lads together, lasses, watching this for a long time together. And
Classic.
Chevy Chase has been making us laugh forever. I can recite almost half the movie, and I still laugh every time I watch it. Every single time. I know the lines, I know what's coming. It's one of the most quotable movies. I quote it even in the summertime. You know what I mean? When I'm working around the workshop.
Hard to argue
You know.
with that, Santa.
Yeah,
That's a good
you
pick.
know,
That's a good
bend over and I'll show you. There's so many, you know. And why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. There's so many great ones. Clark Griswold,
Yeah.
he's the king. He's the funniest. And like I said, my dad pool very limited. So right out of the gate, I'm taking Clark Griswold.
All right.
Doing it.
Respect it, Santa. Respect
Follow
it.
the category.
That's solid.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost like the guy who causes all the issues as well. So he's not the most successful father, probably, but
Yeah, he
he's
definitely
trying.
has,
He's trying.
He definitely has some problems.
But
Should I list it?
But you go a little crazy too. If you get the bonus taken away, the Christmas bonus.
yeah, he was on one. A little bit of a He knew it wasn't going to end well, I think.
That's probably one of the greater movies.
Yep, and Chevy Chase was in his prime when that came out too.
He doesn't miss.
Yeah.
That's a guy that just doesn't miss.
The vacation movies are great. All of them. The first one's hysterical. The Christmas one's the best one, I think. Even Vegas Vacation's pretty damn funny as well. Lot of good ones. What is it? Oh yeah, a little bit. Good call, producer stuff.
All right, so the number 2 pick. This is very tough.
I know.
So I think with picking 2 movies, you got to go with a movie. I think this is just the king of Christmas. I mean, maybe it's overlooked now because it's just a little played out, but Home Alone. It's just classic. Undeniably, every year you're watching Home Alone, what is it, 3-4 times at the very minimum?
Yeah. No, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Can't disagree with Home Alone. Home Alone's a great pick.
There's no other Christmas option. Your first Christmas shopping should always be Home Alone. But
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin. That was his breakout, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, and it's like pretty much just him for a lot of movie.
Oh yeah, for the majority of the movie, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely great pick, though. I love Home Alone. Definitely had it on my list as well, especially in the movie department. But there's a couple of characters from Home Alone, too, that Santa might also have on his list that he's
I know.
looking at, too.
It's going to be hard.
so great.
This is where the strategy comes in, too.
I know. Like you said, you weren't sure if you should pick the movie or the character.
Yeah,
It's
so many
a
movies
debate.
to pick from, but the father category was so limited to me, I had to go with Clark. Clark's the best.
Yep. And I feel like either way, you just by being the first person to pick that movie, you get maybe more credit than the person who's, takes the second version of that movie.
I like
We'll
that.
see, though.
And I think with Home Alone, you can't leave Home Alone on the board. It's just classic.
Yes, I
It's-
agree.
all the kids for the next 20 years are going to be looking at Home Alone as the Christmas movie.
I don't disagree. Home Alone is right up there for the top.
Yep.
Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story, there's a lot of great ones.
All right, so where's Lukey going?
All right, so I'm up.
Double
And,
pick.
I was going to say,
The first
we're snaking it,
double
right?
pick.
Yeah.
All right. I know my first one. First one is going to be main character, Mr. John McClane.
Oh,
Gotta do it.
baby.
That's what I thought you were maybe doing with Father.
Bruce.
3.
I'm doing
It's
it.
a good father pick. It's a good
Yeah.
father pick.
I mean,
that is a good one. That's probably
It's
one
a
of
great movie. It's maybe not a full on Christmas like Santa Claus involved or anything, so it's not.
No.
That's why a lot of people don't approve of it.
Definitely takes
also, I
place
have to
at
put it up to
Christmas
review first. You guys can review if it's not.
I mean, it takes
not
place
Christmas
at like
pick.
Christmas office party, right? That's the. I guess there's Christmas vibes to it.
Yeah,
Santa-
they
Santa
got
Cruz.
hijacked at Christmas
Yeah.
office party, but yeah, I think that's a solid one. Bruce Willis,
Oh, everybody loves it.
saving his fam.
Everybody
You know, yeah, gotta love it. I'm
Great,
gonna lock
great
it in.
action flick. Another movie with some other characters in it that could possibly come into play as well in this draft. I feel like. But I'm a big as Santa Claus myself. I'd have to say I approve as Die Hard being a Christmas movie. I'd have to
Alright,
say
that's all that matters.
I think I approve. There's enough in it for me. Not every movie has to involve jolly old Saint Nick. You know what I mean? They can be different breeds. We just watched a great, although it did involve a nice actor portraying me, but we just watched a great, more violent take on the Santa Claus story. I wish I was as badass as David Harbour was in Violent Night.
Yeah,
I haven't
My
seen that yet.
God, oh God. Yep. Just checked that out the other night, me and Mrs. Claus. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Just a good time. David Harbour just absolutely kicking ass, man.
yeah.
Good time.
All right, I got to watch that one because the trailer did get me. I wasn't really liking the 30-second trailers that were just on TV, but I saw the 2-minute one. It was
At first, it did seem a little bit
Drew me
weird
in.
right out of the gate. But they're doing a lot of weird things right now, and not just really Hollywood. It's more the indie side of things. But there's like a very violent Winnie the Pooh movie coming out, which
Oh, yeah.
Santa's very interested in seeing. Blood and Honey.
Apparently there was like
Oh,
a joke
yeah.
on Reddit for like a long time.
Yep,
Or like
Blood and Honey.
4chan or whatever.
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
made it into like a.
Full blown indie movie.
that's scary.
And then in the Christmas theme, they're doing a Grinch movie, but it's going to be like Grinch's hella hardcore, just like savagely killing people.
That's how it should have been.
So there's a couple of these goofy kind of spins on things going
Santa,
on.
have you
right
met the
now.
Grinch before?
Of course, I met
Yeah.
the Grinch before. Oh yeah, I turned Jim Carrey into a nice guy. Well, I tried, but that one went astray. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah,
Can't defend all of his decisions. He's been on the naughty list for some time.
the
But,
Grinch.
the Grinch, different story. Grinch is he turned into a good guy. That guy.
Nice. Yeah. He always had it in him, you know.
That's right. That heart was there. It was just a little small.
Just needed some love from
That's
little
right.
Cindy Lou.
That's right. Another man I wouldn't be surprised to see on this draft board here this evening.
I know.
You made a couple spots too, right?
He could, yeah. He can fill quite a few categories.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
main character, non-human,
Yeah.
kind of a villain.
He's a dog dad.
Main character as well.
Yeah,
He almost fills all the criteria.
I know. Got a lot of options.
That's how you fill the board, though. That's
know.
the thing.
So
Second guest host in this show, I just want to do better than the first. I just got to do better than. No offense to Vision, I'm a fan of your Vision. I love cyborgs as much as I love humans, but boy, oh boy, did you really fuck up that Halloween draft. So it's on Santa to do a better job this time.
it is rough.
It was rough.
All right, so I got another pick now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna round it off with Mr. Buddy the Elf.
Ooh,
from Elf
okay.
as my main character.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Rolling with that. That's one that even though Seth was giving it a lot of hate the last couple of weeks, we brought it up. I can always watch it. I love seeing the jokes that he does. Even if I see it 100 times.
It's just so wholesome, and it's just like
yeah.
you just gotta bond with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all the funny stuff he says to the secretary at his dad's office,
yeah.
and when he gets drunk in the mailroom, and like
I'm a big fan of Zoe Deschanel too, especially like.
Oh, yeah,
early
yeah,
on.
she's the blonde in
Yeah,
that.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's good in that movie. I
Wow.
enjoy her a lot. It's weird though how in everything that she's in, like they just like you're gonna have to sing. It's just like she's a good singer, but she's not like a great singer. It's not like she has to sing.
She's
all
got that
the
like
time.
that raspy attitude voice. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I dig it. I'm a fan. I'm a
yeah,
fan.
I like.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Buddy the Elf. I'm a big fan of Elf in general, but I know there's somebody else in this room who might be on the ones and twos this evening who's also not a big fan of Elf.
Ooh,
Alongside Seth
ouch.
Rogers.
Steph.
I mean,
Just
not everybody
unbelievable.
likes Will. Do you not like Will
Unbelievable.
at all, or you like some Will?
Even if you don't
Yeah.
like Will, you
Yeah.
have to love that movie.
All right, no, that's fair.
It's not fair. Actually, I don't think it's fair. I
Yeah.
think you have
Thanks,
to like.
Phil.
I think you have to love that movie. I think it's impossible.
That montage when he first comes to New York City too, and he does a bunch of stupid shit like
Yeah,
eating the gum off the on the
Yeah,
table,
no,
and
Santa
like
specifically tells him not to.
and like
Can't help
best
but-
coffee in the world. He like
Yeah.
runs in this and yells, "Congratulations, you
What
did
does he
it!"
call? What does he call this spaghetti? The spaghetti. That's just.
I like a lot of the
That's
small
Yeah.
stuff, like the.
Has his little sleeve maple syrup
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to
it's
go.
like, oh, I think I have some extra.
I like when he, after his dad kicks him out of the office and says, kind of like, get out of my life kind of thing, he goes home and he's writing his like goodbye message, but he writes it on an Etch-a-Sketch. And he's like, I'm sorry I ruined all of your lives and shoved 11 cookies into the VCR. That's the shit like that really
so
gets
good.
me in that movie. That just really cracks me up. Even like, He's like, oh yeah, I slept the whole 45 minutes. And he's like, I even had enough time to build this rocket horse. And she's like, you made that? And she's like, where'd you get the wood? And you see the entertainment center's gone. Just the TV resting on the ground now. The small stuff in that movie is what really gets Santa. I really enjoy the small.
When you encounters the fake Santa too, that must have got on your nerves as well. The fake
Oh
Santa
yeah, that's a good. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Sit on the throne of life.
Yeah. What did you sing for my birthday? Happy birthday song, of course.
So good.
No, there's a lot of good little tidbits in that one. The cameo from Peter Dinklage is great too.
Oh, for sure.
Call me Elf one more time.
I wanted to put him on my villain list, but he's just he's just one character for like a minute.
Yeah.
But he's a funny character.
He is.
But
that scene's good, and then even when they call him is funny too. He's like, I'll give you 5 hours, no more. He's like, I need like a black SUV to pick me up. It needs to be 71 degrees exactly.
There's a prima donna in the pure sense.
Dude, you write Dr. Seuss books because they rhyme to children. Let's settle down, Dinklage.
This is Miles Finch we're talking
That's
here.
right. That's right. Miles Finch. Miles Finch.
What does he say? No oranges, no farms. The two farm.
Yeah.
Santa's coat keeps getting.
What you want is a tomato.
I got it.
All right,
Santa was getting caught.
back to me, huh?
Yeah, the middle pick's no fun.
Yeah.
I don't know this from experience because I'm not Vision, but if I had been Vision would tell you that it's no fun being the middle
So
pick.
this one's tough. There's a
It
couple
does-
people that
it
I
does
think
get
will
tough.
stay there, but you know what? I just gotta go with me personally. I think I'm gonna go Santa. No offense, Santa, but my favorite
Portrayal.
my favorite
Did you do that
portrayal.
just now as I pulled down my beard intentionally? What the hell was that about? Seemed like a ricochet shot.
Sorry about that, but undeniably, it's just like, again, it's one of those movies that everybody's already used to, and just like Tim Allen as Santa. That's like,
Oh, really? Let me tell you, Santa, not a fan of that pick.
Oh.
Santa, not a fan of
oh
that pick.
man, was Tim Allen a good or naughty boy? I heard he had a naughty past.
Tim Allen might have had a naughty past.
Yeah, I think he did.
I'd have to check the
Yeah.
naughty and nice list records on that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people to keep track of as Santa Claus, you know what I mean?
I
Especially
heard
with
he
all
liked
the
it.
things going on in Hollywood as of late.
Yeah,
But.
apparently he used to like his Christmases very white, if that makes any sense.
Okay, you know that does ring a bell.
Yeah. So, Tim Allen, the Santa Claus. The Santa Claus.
Santa appreciates some Christmas nose beers as well every now and then. It's a long night being Santa, you know what I mean?
For sure. I feel like
Ho, ho,
the
ho.
concept of how they treated Santa in that movie was cool. How he
Oh, like showing up on that sleigh?
Yeah.
What kid didn't want that?
And then
That
also-
that first scene of them just rising up through the North Pole.
Yeah, that was cool. But then also just the lore of he killed Santa, so he has to become Santa, right?
Exactly.
It's kind of interesting. It just started immediately becoming Santa.
I'm going to win this draft in the third round, fellas. I hate to do it
That was
to you.
big. It was either Tim Allen or I had to go very niche.
So I'm going to basically put this draft, because I'm Santa Claus, in a body bag right out of the gate, I think, pretty much in the first couple of rounds. I already got the King of Christmas, Clark Griswold. Just the best. Best movie, like I said. Best character. He's the best.
But the back-to-backs coming.
And then you got back-to-back picks for good old Santa. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take a Santa Claus as well. Right off the back, are you taking a Santa? I'm going to take a better Santa Claus. I'll show you who's the most realistic version of Santa Claus.
Yeah, this
Like
is
I
big.
said earlier,
I've always wondered.
being Santa is a stressful life, okay, guys? I have to keep all my elves in line. I got to keep my reindeer fed. I got to keep Mrs. Claus pleased. I have to keep myself fed. I got to watch on everybody on the planet all year long.
A lot of elves too.
A lot of elves. Then I got to go into work, and December time comes, and I got to go have a billion kids sit on my lap, all maintaining the progress of these toys being made. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of stress. And you know who was stressed out and very tired and fed up? It was my man Billy Bob Thornton as Santa Claus in Bad Santa. Okay.
Wow. He's your
Yeah,
favorite?
he's the most accurate portrayal of Santa, because let me tell you guys, Santa's not all. While he might look all good and well, there's a lot of days where I'm just
I was not
buried
expecting
in
that.
the bucket. All right.
As the Santa Claus?
Oh yeah, baby.
As
As Santa Claus. Because let me
Okay.
tell you, that's the closest thing I've ever seen. Anybody can go up and down chimneys and deliver presents and eat cookies. That's the easy part.
Wow.
The 9 to 5, 365. That's the tough part, okay? You try making a living as Santa Claus. It's not exactly an easy thing to do.
He's boots on the ground. He's
Boots on the ground. And you know these designer malls with their deals, they're shoveling money into their pockets. Why not take a little something back? So before I go up there and write that down, that's my first pick. Billy Bob Thornton, bad Santa. That's going to be my Santa Claus.
Interesting. It shows you have a little bit of a sense of humor too. You can take a little bit of a comedic portrayal.
Santa loves to laugh. Baby.
Yeah.
Santa loves to laugh. Like I said, stressful life. I need to laugh. I need
But
that
being,
relief.
being able to laugh at yourself, that's a special kind of laugh.
Look at me. I'm
Proud of you.
dwindling away. I used to be a chubby guy. Mrs. Claus has been hating on me so much. I'm on this
She's saying
new.
that
I've been
your
doing
gear
this
doesn't
pedal
work?
classes and stuff. It's crazy.
Fat shaming you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. You know, hundreds of years together, and we're still at it. It's unbelievable. But my pick number 2 is going to be. Oh, this is going to be easier than I thought. Yeah, no, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go with my main character, my protagonist as well. Off of the back of Home Alone, I'm going to take Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, his show-up party. Just an unbelievable showing from here. Just
a likable kid, too.
yeah, he just absolutely kills it. The scene of him just at first, doing the hair, going shopping, asking about the toothbrush.
But every kid imagines that. Every kid pictures that, like their parents go away for a trip. What would it be like just to be out on your own? And
I don't know if I would have survived as good as he survived. He knew what he was doing. Smart kid. Like I said, I wouldn't know how to go shopping by myself. At friggin' however.
he definitely went to MIT or something when he grew up, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, those montages of him killing it as an adult are pretty
Awesome.
epic, yeah.
Getting the pizza guy with the video.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then defending the house.
And then defending the house.
Yeah.
Not just staying alive and defending himself, but he defended the family home by himself against Joe Pesci and whoever the hell played Mo.
Yep.
And an unbelievable performance. We'll put him on the map, and unfortunately, kind of put him on the naughty list for the foreseeable future. But hey, he's cleaned up his act, and he's back on the nice list. I'm so proud of my boy Macaulay Culkin cleaning up his thing.
Let's
You
go.
know what I mean? It's great to see.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be taking good old Kevin McAllister and Billy Bob Thornton.
All right.
So what was on my list? Well, I don't think there's
So
I don't think there's a category for it. The actor that plays in the video sequence in Home Alone 1 and 2, when he's what is it? Drop to your knees and show me you love me.
The gunshot scene.
Yeah, exactly. So in the first one and the second one, when they're in the hotel at the very end, when the guy catches them in the shower,
Yeah.
so good.
Hell
So
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Just little details like that, and
Yeah, it is more of a complex movie than you'd think.
Yeah.
It's has some layers to it. But yeah, I think the defending the homestead is the best part.
for sure.
With the firecrackers and then paint can to the face and
the heated up doorknob with the flamethrower on the
can't be that
that's
stuff.
good.
But all right, Philly, what do you got, dude? You're up next.
This one's another thinker. They're coming quick.
They are. Hot.
So I've gone Santa and I've gone movie. So
Ooh, watch it.
let me see.
It's all the weight that I lost.
Yeah.
Was able to trim down.
Doing some Santa yoga.
Some sugar-free cookies.
I heard you guys talking about, while Santa was writing about the gags, obviously. Not the gags, but the booby traps that Kevin sets.
Yep.
And there's a lot of people who are actually, the Violent Night movie, again, not to keep going back to that, but a lot of people were describing that as a perfect mixture of Die Hard and Home Alone. And that was as soon as it hit, that's exactly what that movie was.
Nice.
The booby traps worked their way in and stuff like that. And then very much the David Harbour Santa Claus role. He's the Die Hard part. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was wondering if you might pick him as your Santa, since you just saw it, especially too.
There was a lot of recency bias. It's why there's going to be a couple of other things I think I'm going to be mentioning tonight and talking about, but not drafting. And I'd like to give us some shout out to that movie, not just because it's new, but creative.
Nice.
Pretty funky. I think you'll like it.
All
Just
right.
a good time.
All right. Yeah, definitely want to see it. Like I said, I was interested when I saw that trailer. Ready to give it a shot. Is it in a lot of theaters? I didn't see when I was.
I think it's still in theaters. We were me and Mrs. Claus might have some as the Clauses. We have some little go arounds. You know what I'm saying? Some ways to get around the old walls, as you would say. But we were able to just check it out a couple nights ago.
All right, so for my third pick, this is getting tough.
The pressure is settling
The
in.
pressure is tough, but
It's a lot of building a roster too with these limits too. You gotta. There's not a lot of depth in some places, so you gotta figure out what you want to go for first.
all right. So you know what? I'm just gonna.
As you can see, Santa's saving movies because there's so many of them. Characters.
So this one could go
Santa's
either
gonna
way.
win.
I think I may make this my villain,
Ooh.
but also main character. So this will be my villain.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the Grinch.
Hey.
Nice.
And he's staring me right in the face on that candle. There's no way I can't go with him.
Yeah.
Just Impossible not to laugh at this.
Now you can have all of the Grinches by all means because you're selecting
I
a
was gonna
character.
say.
But is there any version of the Grinch that you have a preference towards? Is there one that you like?
I wasn't gonna go to animated. I'm going Jim Carrey.
You like Jim Carrey?
That's
I'm a big fan of the Jim Carrey
impossible
version.
not to laugh.
Those are the two right answers.
Yeah.
You know what's funny
Animated or Jim
is
Carrey.
when that I don't. I'm gonna break character here for a quick second. Not entirely sure what year that movie came out was, but I know we were on the younger side. And when it first came out, I
It was like 2000.
2000.
was it that early?
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much. Like
Yeah.
early, like growing up, growing up, I didn't like it. I always preferred the animated version. But then, like, I don't know, since almost like adulthood, I guess, like I don't know, 18 plus, I guess.
Yeah.
The Jim Carrey version to me is like soared away. Like now, I love the Jim.
It's
Carrey
really funny. All the
The
scenes.
newer animated one is like the highest grossing Christmas movie.
The new animated one was good. I liked it.
I wasn't
Didn't
like
you say you didn't like that one too?
I wasn't.
Yeah, that's right. I liked it.
Wasn't that Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Doctor
that was a
Strange.
little weird. Yeah.
Shout out Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But the Grinch.
I
mean,
watched that one too. I actually liked that one.
This
You
almost
didn't
little
like
thing. The newest
the
one.
new one? You don't like that one?
It was okay. It wasn't meant for me. It wasn't built for me.
Yeah.
Maybe if I saw it as a kid, I'd like it a little more. But
I feel like a lot of the Jim Carrey. I think that's why I didn't love the Jim Carrey ones growing up because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's almost like
yeah.
more for adults.
Yeah.
It's like a SpongeBob version of the Grinch. You know what I mean? There's a lot of
get
like
the whole-
adult humor like sprinkled into that movie.
Yeah, you get the wholesomeness from like Cindy Lou Who's version, and then you shoot over to the Grinch and him trying on clothes. That's unbeaten. That's
Yeah,
unbeaten.
yeah.
That is unbeaten.
What does he finally say? Like, that's it. I'm not going.
Wow, they're going fast.
They are going back.
Yeah, we are. We're moving very, very quickly this year.
But also, we're touching a lot of the good movies. Also, like all the ones don't want to double dip too early on here.
Yes, as someone who was a big fan of the Christmas episode, my friend Kalos, I'm a big fan. I'd love to have been able to meet him tonight. I know he's sailing on the beautiful oceans in the Caribbean, but I would
Awesome,
have liked to
Mike.
meet him. But that was his problem during the Halloween draft. Unfortunately, was he did a little too much doubling up, and I think that might have been what cost him, and eventually gave the draft to my good friend Seth.
I think you're right. I remember that.
I feel like my picks are a little too safe, but I feel like you just can't argue with it. That's just staples of Christmas, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's solid. I think we're off to good starts. But we'll see where we end up.
The double picks.
More work to be done.
I'm a little jealous that I don't have a double pick.
I've been. I mean,
But then you got to watch 4 go off the board.
Santa's hypothetically been there before in a past life. And, yeah, no, it sucked.
Your buddy Vision was telling you about it.
Yeah. Vision told me all. Right,
Yeah.
right. Of course, yes. Vision, me and him had a beer and we talked it all over, and he was like, "Yeah, second pick was terrible." So.
He drops in from time to time, right?
Yep.
He's-
Yep.
yeah.
Just exactly. Just flies on in. Santa, what's going on? Helps out the elves. He's very, very proficient. That guy just turns out work.
Smart dude.
Yep.
All right, the double.
Double pick for
I'm
Mr.
not sure
Luke
about
David
both
Klein.
right now, but
We have nothing but time. We're moving quite fast, like you said.
there is one I think I need to lock in.
I feel very confident with my squad so far. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
feel
you
good.
are. I feel like you're the expert. You're the authority right around here right now, but
I do love Christmas movies. I do. Let me tell you, Santa's not going to lie. This is a good side story while you take a second to actually figure out your pick. Santa was lacking a little bit of Christmas spirit this year. Well, some of you guys might not know, Santa's actually from Portugal. I actually was born and raised in the Azores, a long time ago.
That's the story my father always told me. So.
like
Yeah,
BC, how old are you, dude?
It's not important. We'll worry about that on a different day. But from Portugal, you know what I mean? So I was very excited for the World Cup, huge footy fan. And thought we were all lined up to go at least to the semifinal against Morocco, and things fell apart. And unfortunately, let me tell you, if you want Santa's opinion, Ronaldo is not only the GOAT, but Messi sucks. Messi is a bitch. He's a loser. He sucks. He's terrible.
That's tough.
And it was tough to watch Argentina win.
Some salty Christmas cookies, huh?
Yeah. One of Tom's favorite children, consistent nice list for 45 years. Tom Brady, never been a naughty day in his life, having a tough go this season. So Santa's been lacking in the Christmas spirit. But one man that Santa loves above all is one of his favorite sons. His name is Big Dick Nick, just like me, jolly old Saint Nick. I wish I had the hog that Big Dick Nick had, let me tell you. Santa, I'm not exactly lacking in that
Nick
department, but I ain't got the Big Dick Nick effect that Nick Foles has got. And my man, on Christmas, I gave myself another gift this year. Nick Foles starting on Monday Night Football. what better Christmas treat for all of the world than to see Nick Foles on national television on Monday?
Santa, you have a potty mouth, sir.
I told you. Did I not tell you that Billy Bob Thornton was the most accurate representation of Santa? Did I not tell you?
We're getting there.
I will never forgive Nick Foles for what he did.
Forgive him for what?
Beating us in the Super Bowl, man. What do you mean?
I mean, dude. He outdueled the greatest quarterback of all time on his best Super Bowl of all time.
He's
Tom
a
Brady threw
backup.
500
I
yards.
gotta live with my whole life that he was a backup quarterback.
He's a backup quarterback because the league is run by incompetent idiots who have no idea what they're doing.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
He lost his starting job.
Thank you. How? It's insane.
Carson Wentz.
It's insane.
They let him try.
It's insane.
Carson Wentz put that team on his back to the Super Bowl, and then he played out the last few games of the year.
Can you imagine what I just said? Imagine a guy who goes out and beats the greatest quarterback that's ever lived in the greatest game that he's basically ever played. The guy threw for 500 yards in the Super Bowl.
He plays the defense.
What are you, a fucking Redditor now? Let me tell you something. I thought you were on the nice list, but you're quickly working your way to the nice list.
I know.
But that is
Cole, son.
the guy outdueled Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, in the biggest stage. Tom, like I said, 45 years, notorious nice guy list. I love him. But let me tell you, he had a great game, 500 yards. I think he threw for like 4 touchdowns. Got outdueled by Nick Foles on the biggest stage. And then you have the league who's like, oh yeah, well, you got outbeat in training camp. Who gives a shit if you got beat out in training camp? It ain't about training. Practice. Hey, Allen Iverson, practice? You want to talk about practice? Who cares about practice?
Not a
You
game.
play to win the game. Nick Foles wins football games better than anybody else I've ever seen. Nick Foles wins football games. Wins.
He gets right place, right time. That's it.
Oh my God! What an outrageous statement.
We're
getting off traffic. off traffic.
Off traffic.
Off topic.
Do you run into a lot of traffic up in the skies, the reindeer?
No, it's
No,
very,
no
very
geese
clear.
migrating, or
Yeah.
no.
Got great radar.
Once in a while, you get a drunk, sleepy pilot who's wandering a little too low, but just give him a little shake and he kind of, oh shit! Next thing you know what I mean? That's what caused that turbulence in Hawaii.
There you go.
Guy was flying low, drunk. Had to give him a wake up.
You're tough. You're tough, Santa.
All right, so how is it? All right, so it's on Lukey right now, right?
Yeah, I got a double here.
You got a double?
I'm ready now.
All right.
Take it away.
Thinking.
I don't know if you guys even had this guy on your radar, or you could be mad that I take him, but
go.
I feel like the Santa Claus is from Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh,
That's a good one. No, that's one that I liked
man.
a lot as a kid.
It's an oldie. He's
that is an oldie.
literally like the guy at the department store who
What's,
plays Santa, but
yeah.
then he goes on trial to prove that he's actually the real Santa Claus.
Yeah.
His
Did
name's
you write
Chris
down his
Kringle.
name by any chance?
Yeah, Edmund Gwynn.
Edmund Glenn. Thank you. Yep.
They put him in jail.
Yeah, and he's either gonna like go to an insane asylum,
Yeah.
or he's gonna be proven to be Santa
Yep.
Claus. And-
I think his fingerprints were little snowflakes when they took his fingerprints.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. That's one I saw very young.
Yeah.
like
Oh,
saw it
much
like
time.
with
My parents loved that movie.
Yeah, I feel like I watched it with my grandparents and stuff. Like it
The
has,
little
has
girl
some
watching
memories.
the Macy's Day Parade out the
Yeah,
window.
so what's her name from Danny DeVito?
The
There,
Madeline?
freaking,
No, jeez. Matilda.
Matilda.
That's
There you go,
that's
Matilda.
a favorite of mine.
Yeah. You're big. I'm small. You're big.
Yeah.
Other way around.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
small.
smart,
I'm big.
yeah.
You're dumb. I'm smart.
You're right.
So yeah,
All right.
roll with
I'm
that
right.
one.
You're right.
Yeah.
Roll with that one.
That's a good one.
And then
a classic.
the other one, I feel like I got to go with this one because I know Nick definitely wants it, or maybe. And then also I don't think there's any other categories that can fit, so it's gonna be a good standalone. But I'm going for a movie. Hopefully it passes. Guardians Holiday Special.
Oh yeah, that's acceptable for a movie. All right. Yeah, sure.
So
yeah,
I did
absolutely
watch
acceptable
that.
for a
I
movie.
watched it at work.
Oh, you checked it out?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was great.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, at first, like, it lost me a little bit, but then, like, once Kevin Bacon's spoilers.
It's hysterical.
Yeah, started getting. I'm just like, all right, yeah, this is right, exactly what I wanted. Yeah.
Absolutely outrageous.
Yeah. They didn't take it too seriously, which I liked a lot. I thought it was going to be the opposite. They were going to, like, try very hard.
James Gunn never
Like,
tries
yeah,
very hard.
But
Well, I mean, that's not. That came out wrong.
Yeah.
James
I
Gunn
know
always
what
tries very hard, but like his movies are not like overly serious. Probably. I mean, did you see like Suicide Squad?
yeah, no, it's
Guardians movies.
Yeah.
That's why I said he's the perfect man to run the DC. That's why Nick said he's the perfect man to run the DC universe because I think he's the best guy at making superhero movies. Because I don't think superhero movies always need. People nowadays want superhero movies to be what like Oscar movies are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's like they're different. While they have like the budget and they make that much money and stuff, it's like, and they're well made. It's like these are different. These movies are supposed to be, in a way, somewhat outrageous. Because at the end of the day, we have people with superpowers doing, whatever it is. They're flying or shooting laser beams or whatever it is. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be like fun and outrageous.
Yeah. You want kids to, use their imaginations to be like, oh, what if I was this superhero, or like I want to be like this. I relate to this superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. No. I think it's crazy.
No,
But I think that James Gunn's the perfect guy for that because he totally gets the goofiness behind it. I think Suicide Squad was a perfect example. I loved everything about that movie. I thought it was genius.
Yeah, definitely couldn't have done that with any other Marvel movie. I don't think.
No, probably not. But even the way like he did like the comic strip openings for like different like segments of the movie, basically,
Exactly, yeah.
I thought were great. Just a very creative guy, and I think he's very, very, very intelligent. And I think he's more than capable of handling an entire universe. Nick already said, and he was right. I agree with him on that too. He said that he was the man for the job. I don't think anybody else could save it. I'm not even sure he can save it. But I think if there's anybody that can save it, it's him.
Especially them getting rid of Henry Cavill for Superman.
That was weird. He came back for like 2 months.
It seemed like apparently people are saying like The Rock was just like knew he was going, but still wanted him in the movie just to like kind of push it.
Yeah, I think The Rock was desperately fighting to keep that movie fucking
he's been
relevant.
working on that for a while.
The Guardian special was absolutely spectacular, though. I think that's an absolutely great selection. I actually didn't have that on my list just because I was going a little bit more
I
classic.
jumped the gun then. But
No, yeah, it was
I didn't have
still
Guardians. I
picked
did
up.
have Chris Kringle, Miracle on 34.
nice. All right. I think I'm building a good list too. I'm okay with my list. You guys are looking pretty good too, but I'm happy so far.
The Miracle on 34th Street movie, I haven't watched it in a long time. I'd have to go back, but that movie just like put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Like every time I ever watched it, I just remember just being like, this is the most snooze fest movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's fair.
There's a couple of those Christmas movies though, actually. Shout out to another nice kid, good old Max Oldred out on the West Coast. He just watched The Wonderful Life for the first time, and I was just like, "Oh man, God bless you." 'Cause I was like, that movie is it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long. I was like, "It's awful. It's so boring. Nothing happens in that movie."
My mom used to make me watch that when I was like 7 years old, and like I was like, "Nah."
There's some weird thing about that. Just like the older generation, like I'll pick Nick's parents, and other parents liking that movie. It's just because it's like the time and when they were younger, that was like that was their Christmas story or their Home Alone.
Everything was like musicals and
oh my god, that movie is dreadful and it's so long. Did I mention it's long? It's so long. It's just like one of those movies, and we've talked about it a bunch of times on the podcast. I can sit down if you tell me the movie's 4 hours long, I don't care. Actually, I'm kind of into it. I like long stories. You know what I mean, in a way.
Yeah.
But it's like as long as you have a story to tell. You know what I mean? Sometimes movies can be freaking an hour and a half, and I'm like, that was still too long somehow because I was just like, this is not enough meat on the bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some of those old movies can just be too many one-on-one conversations, just like nothing else going on.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw a lot of those when I was younger too, and I just liked everything that I watched. Everything was cool, but that's probably why I liked it too.
Nick caught up on a couple of other ones this week that he had, like on the 25 Days of Christmas and stuff. That I rewatched, or he rewatched the second time, like that Happiest Season. That one's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I like that movie. I watched it for the first time last year, and then again for the second time this year. That movie's pretty damn good. And I'm not a Kristen Stewart fan.
Yeah,
but she's good in it. She's actually she's very good at it because I find myself rooting for her character, which actually goes to show because I'm going into the movie with almost like a negative mindset towards her. You know what I'm saying? And then she's the one who I end up kind of cheering for. Because she's basically going with her girlfriend to her family's house for Christmas.
Yep.
But like her fucking girlfriend just like completely leaves her. Like she hasn't told her parents. Like they're older. She hasn't came out of the closet to her parents. So she just she's bringing Kristen Stewart along as her roommate. And Kristen Stewart's parents died when she was like 19 years old. So she's like an orphan. Mm-hmm. So she's basically like, oh yeah, she's got like no one to spend Christmas with. So she's like my orphan roommate. Like she's like, dude, that's brutal. Like that's tough.
Yeah, tough movie to really run with there.
But it's pretty funny, and then some good side roles there. Dan Levy, Eugene Levy's son,
cool.
Famous from Schitt's Creek.
Yep.
He's in it.
Yep,
he has a good role in it. And then actually from White Lotus season 2, Aubrey Plaza. She's a little side character, and she has a good little role in it too. Yeah.
I haven't watched White Lotus.
I gotta be honest, Aubrey Plaza is someone that I thought was one-dimensional and is showing me lately that she's not. She's got more in the bag because White Lotus was really good. Emily the Criminal was something very different for her, and she did a good job with that too. She was someone that I thought could only kind of do that, like the
Edgy,
what's
like,
the Rod De Niro
yeah,
one there
yeah.
with
Dirty
Grandpa,
Grandpa,
Bad
yeah.
Grandpa. I always get those
Yeah.
two mixed up.
She's like that in like a lot of movies.
Yeah.
She's most well known for Parks and Rec, though.
Yeah, Parks and Rec.
Which I know she's like
She's
isn't
really
she, like,
funny, but super dry.
Yeah, I
driest
thought so.
humor ever. Yeah, she like gets off on making jokes that no one else gets, basically.
Yeah, I thought she was kind of just only that side, but like I said, I checked her out in a couple of things where she's doing very different roles, and I thought she was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, I like her a lot.
Yeah,
I liked her in Parks and Rec also.
She got scary a couple times in White Lotus, like kind of like, oh shit, like she's gonna like gut this husband in her sleep or something, like cut his throat over. Who knows? She was intimidating.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my god! All right. Let me tell you, there's been a lot of great intro songs over the years. Oh yeah, from Entourage, friggin' Lil Wayne and Ballers, The Sopranos. I woke up this morning. Obviously, you know, there's been a lot of good ones. I'd argue that White Lotus 2 intro is right up there with the best intros of all time. I have never.
watch it.
Oh my god!
Can I play it right now?
Yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead and check it out. Just don't play too long of it. We're gonna toss it off of
gotcha.
YouTube. But I mean, it is. You gotta actually, you know what? Play a little bit of it. You gotta skip ahead because the beginning's slow. It's a build up.
Season
You gotta
two
get to the.
thing? Season
Yeah.
It's not the same for both?
No, it's different from season 1. Yeah, season 1 was totally different. But I've never clicked the skip intro button faster in my entire life. What?
That's
sorry.
it.
Yeah.
Basically. It bangs though, and they
Over
turn up to like
closet.
double volume, like every time for some reason. It just like rumbles my bass in my head.
It's awesome.
even if it's on normal
I fuck with that.
level.
It should be played at every nightclub like forever.
Yeah,
That's good.
But yeah, that's a good one too that I rewatched lately. Happiest Season.
All right.
I don't know if you're looking for something new. They only came out like 2020. Very, very new.
I still haven't watched it. And it's Stifler's mom, right? Is she like the main character? Or is she
And that one?
in White Lotus.
Oh, in White
White
Lotus.
Lotus.
In White Lotus. Yeah.
yeah,
Yes,
she's in both seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the only repeat character.
All right.
Yeah, it's a good pick for if you're looking for a new show for sure.
That's on me, right?
Philly P,
Let's keep it rolling.
All right.
special.
I think this is a very strong pick. I think my fourth pick. Yeah, this is gonna be big. This guy just doesn't make bad movies. Or he makes bad movies, but he's never bad in them.
Okay.
Bill Murray.
Hey, Scrooged.
Bill Murray.
Scrooge.
From Scrooge.
Nice.
Great movie.
Yeah, that is just,
Hysterical Christmas movie.
Bill Murray, just a man that just does not miss.
Pretty sure that's the movie he made right after Ghostbusters as well.
That was
His follow up.
That makes sense.
That's so big. And
Mid 90s.
actually, I won't leak this one because maybe I might have to go back to this character. But
All right.
they got. Have you guys watched like the original Scrooge movies?
The Christmas Carol ones.
I think there's like two before that one, right?
It's been done 10 times.
yeah, there's like
probably,
a 40s version and like a 60s version, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
the
a
Christmas
Flintstones
Carol?
version.
Christmas
There's
Carol.
a there's a Muppets version.
Oh, yeah. There's
There's like the Jim Carrey, the afterwards like the animated ones.
Yeah, there's a million of them.
Even like Polar Express ends up having Ebenezer Scrooge in it. It's one of Tom Hanks' like 7 characters in that movie.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
They do that in that movie?
Yeah.
I haven't watched Polar Express in a while.
There's a lot of like movies that do like actually Spirited is one that just came out this year. It's Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
Oh, that's-
That was their own musical take on A Christmas Carol. Pretty damn funny. There's been a lot of reimaginings of the Christmas Carol done in their own way. I know that there was one actually I always wanted to check out that was like I think it was like an FX original, and it was like a very like I think like dark, like haunted, creepy version of the Christmas Carol. And I remember people saying that it was almost like too dark kind of a thing, but I was interested to check it out, but I never got to it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like this might be one of the first ones that took a different spin on Christmas
Yeah.
Carol, right? Like you just said, there's a lot of that now. There's a few
Oh yeah,
different versions, but this might be the first one that took it a little different from the Dickens novel.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and Bill Murray was a great guy to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Bill Murray.
Oh yeah.
He was riding high at that time, you know what I mean? So.
Like what you say, like the Spirited. I think that was a nice little take on it.
Oh, did you see Spirited?
I did.
You like
yeah.
Spirited?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
It was yeah. I didn't think I was gonna like kind of like it once I like saw the direction it was going, but it was very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I was a big thing was like even like the musical numbers while it's a musical, the musical numbers were very fun because they were always these like MTV dance routines,
Exactly,
like full
yeah.
team
And
dances and
broke
shit.
the fourth wall towards the end.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That always gets everybody. Like,
Yeah.
That's it was very good.
Got you up and dancing out of your seat. It was like a fun musical. It
It
wasn't
was-
one
it
of
was,
those
like,
just
clever.
like one
Yeah.
actress just singing into the camera, just like all, you know.
And like the take on it was like very clever. I thought it was just like a very like unique way to tell that story.
Yep.
I don't
Tracy
wanna-
Morgan
yeah,
was
I want-
great.
I won't spoil it too much, but
Tracy.
very
That was a
good.
movie we talked about a little bit on the
Yeah.
oh, they talked about a little bit on the podcast.
Tracy Morgan was on my list.
Tracy Morgan, yeah, I actually have him on my list as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, I actually had Tracy on my list as well. That's how funny he was.
Yeah.
Just his voice
Very
coming
good.
out of
Oh yeah.
it looked like, if you're a Family Guy fan, it looked just like Death.
Do you know who the basketball player that played the body?
No, who was it?
I think it's Lauren Gray.
Actually, he had to be tall as shit
Yeah.
because he
I'm not
was
sure.
wicked tall. He was towering over everything the entire movie.
But it was his,
Ooh,
I think it was
boy.
like his debut, and he was just the body. He was just Christmas Yet to Come.
I mean, this is just like shooting fish in a barrel for Santa Claus right now. I mean, I don't even.
I mean, you would be cocky about this. You know, who knows? You're in too deep, Santa. You don't know what you're.
This is true. No one's taken a mother yet. And that's another category.
too deep in the
that's
meta.
not Too deep.
They're all biographies. So, I mean, he's got,
got my
he's got a
man.
good grasp on it, right?
He's too deep. Doesn't know what the people like anymore. Just trying to mess with him.
It's a tough pick.
This
I'm
is a
liking
tough pick. This is a tough pick. It's a tough double pick. There's a lot of pressure. I'm torn between heart and brain. Heart and brain. Do I want to go for the best team and make the people happy to try to win the draft?
That's like the best way to describe
Santa
the situation
thought.
I'm going through. It's like, do I want to do what I like, or do I want to do what I think's...
So you got two movies, a villain, and an animated /
And my
non-human.
mother, yeah.
character.
And my
And the
mother.
mother.
Oh, no, I took the Grinch as my villain, right?
You did, yeah.
No, I wrote main character under it.
All right, we can
I
change
missed it.
it.
Yeah, we'll change
it.
Just
Yeah.
cross it out. That's all.
Yeah.
Good.
I tried to specify, and I put the wrong one.
Oh, I think I might have to go with fucking. Even though I got, this is a great combo. It's the great combination.
Yeah, I
My
don't know.
problem is I don't want to load up too much on one movie because I've seen how Kalos could have lost the draft that way once already. So it's very, very challenging. I think
But at the same time, someone else is going to take it if it's that good, you know?
I'm gonna go with Sinbad from Jingle All the Way as my villain.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
You know, your father's laid off. It's tough. There's just so many great ones. He is absolutely hysterical. He's the perfect bounce off of Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie. He's the perfect counter bounce off.
Yeah, he's the glue of that movie.
He really is.
Personally, my favorite Christmas movie is...
It's in my
Jingle
top.
All the
Like, I
Way.
think I'd say it's in my
It's Jingle
top
All the
3.
Way.
I think Jingle All the Way
It's
is
not like
absolutely
a great
hilarious.
movie, but it's just fun. It just takes you for a ride. It just takes you through, like, I don't know, something sort of relatable, and then...
So funny. I mean, and even the end scene's great. They literally become superheroes. They're flying.
Yeah, he literally just walks into it just took such a big turn. You would never even guess that would happen in a movie if you never saw it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They literally
Just end up
become
in a super
superheroes.
suit, yeah.
They get superheroes. They're
Just
flying around.
Just
and
becomes
shit.
the guy that he's looking for the whole time. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. The bomb scene is
Yeah.
obviously hilarious. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But I think
Some sick people.
Just when you think Arnold's...
that was actually a bomb. Like that's sick people. That's sick people. He's like using a fake bomb. Like it's trying to be. You know how many people use bombs in the post office every day? But I mean,
You see the news.
his irrational anger is fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
But he just wants that camaraderie. Like ever since he first meets Arnold in the store.
Yep.
It's like, I was good enough for you to talk to in line, but I didn't good enough to be your friend. So good.
He is great. The other shout out, now that I didn't take them, I feel safe in saying it. I was torn between them and the Wet Bandits, but because I went Kevin McAllister, I'm going to pass on the Wet Bandits. But I do think that the Wet Bandits are the supreme villain. I just wanted to know on record that that's why I did that. Maybe it'll come back to bite me.
So you get half credit if anybody else takes them.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sinbad's great. And I needed
Sneaky
some Jingle
bastard,
All the Way
Sam.
representation, kind of like what you were saying, because it's that
Plain
good of a
dirty.
movie.
Yeah.
That's one that I know that you were saying you've never seen, that you were going to schedule a watching.
Yeah, I
You
Just
ever
haven't
watch
seen it.
that?
Nope.
Yeah.
I feel bad that you didn't watch that as a kid.
That's
'cause
crazy.
In
like
my
a-
research, I was looking at it. I saw he was a funny one. They're basically both trying to buy this certain present
Same
for their
toy,
sons.
Turbo
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and they're battling.
Yes.
Wait, I didn't know.
I
I didn't know any of
like
that
Turbo.
superhero
Oh
shit.
my god, I feel bad that you.
Yeah,
you
so they try to
haven't
buy
watched it.
an action figure, a Turbo Man for that. Both are trying to,
Yeah.
you know, it's the hot toy. Everyone's trying to buy it, the hot cartoon
Yeah.
and all that. Not the cartoon, but real animated, whatever.
And he's the classic busy father, like obsessed with work and.
Just trying to make it all up
Yeah.
with $100.
You know what? Even like still,
toy.
like as an you can watch that as an adult and as a kid and have two different like. It's like
I mean,
two,
there was
two
Two
different
almost
movies,
two
yeah.
bad guys in the movie too, because the neighbor's a real scumbag too,
Oh
trying
yeah,
to bang
yeah,
Arnold's
yeah.
wife.
He's one of the
Yeah.
biggest Christmas villains, honestly.
Eating Arnold's cookies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the inadvertent one with the cop. The cop is in the very beginning, like
Yep.
he's steady throughout the whole movie until
Yep.
the very end.
Ends up hitting the takes his mirror off and all that,
Yeah,
burns
yeah,
his
yeah.
hands.
I'm sorry about the coffees and the truck and the bus.
Yeah, yeah. It's great. It's a great one. It's
So
a great
good.
one. So I'm gonna go Sinbad. I'm gonna go with that for my villain. I'm just eliminating my characters. I'm just knocking these things off.
Locking it in.
I think I'm gonna save them on a category. Do I want to go with one of the movies? Only Home Alone's been taken so far, huh? That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
And Guardians.
Yeah.
Oh, and Guardians. All right.
I think that's going to have some extra power because nothing else is going to be from that.
You know what I'm going to take? Even though I know you guys are not going to take it, I'm going to take it this early because he is that great and I love him that much. And I got a special guest to come and make his own pick. Right here, baby.
Gremlins is
Right.
a Christmas movie, I guess.
Yeah, he's a Christmas gift. His
Yeah,
dad goes
right,
over
right,
and gets him a
right.
special Christmas gift. The whole movie takes place during Christmas time.
Yeah.
I'm going to take from my non-human animated character, I'm going to take Gizmo from Gremlins.
Gizmo, the OG.
Gizmo is amazing. He's
Lock
so
him
good
in.
that I named my first dog I ever had, my beautiful American Eskimo. I named him Gizmo after this beautiful guy right here. But a movie that is such a good time, the three rules, you know, right out of the gate, the dad, he's buying this thing that he has no understanding of what he's buying. And you can tell this is old school, like samurai looking warrior kind of guy is giving him these rules. Like, yo, don't do this. He doesn't even want to sell them. You know, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. He's like barely even listening. Then he gives this thing to his son. He's just kind of saying, like, hey, don't feed him after midnight. Don't get him wet. And no bright lights. And the kid's like, all right, yeah, sure, Dad, sounds good. Little do they know, if you break these rules, like, it could be the end of mankind, basically, because things go really awry. Next thing you know, we have an army of gremlins coming and
man.
taking over the town. Gremlins 2 is crazy.
I
They
never
literally-
watched the sequel.
Oh my god, they have guns in the second
Yeah.
one. They take over a news studio. It's fucking hey mate, it's wild. But the Gremlins are great too. But the Gremlins movie is an all timer for me. Like I said, I love it. And Gizmo is the heart and soul of the movie. Couldn't have had a movie without him. He's the original Mogwai, and
Nice.
just a timeless classic for me. I still think it
That's
plays.
good.
While it looks
I like
old
that.
and
I
stuff
like it.
like that, it still plays.
No, it
The
holds
action
up.
scenes are fun and
It
stuff
holds
like
up.
that. It's great. It's
I
great.
was a late Gremlins watcher, and I think it held up.
Oh yeah.
I have only seen it like once, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I didn't pay attention enough when I saw it the first time. But this guy looks pretty legit. You said they're attacking people?
So when you get
Kinda
them,
scary.
actually, let me get throw that. I'll write real quick. I'll go back to my
Might
mind.
just cross out main character on Grinch after you, Stu. Because that's my villain. I don't know. I
I
tried to
got it.
specify and I wrote the wrong one.
Is this actual size? Is this how big gremlins are?
Actually, you know what? It's probably pretty damn close, to be honest with you, Luke.
Yeah. It's pretty scary.
Oh, that's the cute one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get scary.
Did you see it in 3D? Is that why he just got these glasses? No.
At one point they were watching a movie at home in 3D, and he loves the glasses.
Nice.
Oh, I went double green. I fucked up. Sorry.
Alright, so back to me.
There you go again with that potty mouth, Santa.
Yep. But yeah, no, actually to scale that's probably a pretty damn good size. I remember back in the day too when I was young, I used to have like the not the Beanie Babies, Furbies.
Yeah.
Furbies.
Looks a lot
They're
like that.
Yeah. So there was one that
The
was
huge
like
eyes.
like Gizmo, and I freaking had one of those too. It, like talked and like moved its mouth and shit. But yeah, when you get like I said, the three rules are no bright lights. Bright lights like sunlight can kill them. So even like high fluorescent lights and shit, gotta kill those. Don't feed them after midnight. What is it? What's pause? Oh no. Scroll up.
No. I think that's Phil's, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it mine?
No. Gotta regroup. I got 2 coming up.
Yeah, I'm down to what is it? Non-character, non-human or animated character, and mother and father.
You have another movie too.
Do I need to? Yeah, I do need another movie.
We haven't had any mothers yet. We were both worried about that one not having good enough entries for it. But maybe we're trying to get in the really good answers first. Yeah.
So Nick went with Sinbad, right, as his villain.
Yep, Sinbad is the villain, and Gizmo is animated character or non-human. I guess both.
Is it a weak move to go with Jingle All the Way as my second movie after the villain?
I don't think it's weak. I think it's gonna happen, but it would be the first repeat, right? Or other than McAllister and Home Alone.
I think I gotta go.
All right, you're good.
My back on line.
I think it. I will say, yeah, I will say that. I think Nick's going first maybe decreases the value of your pick. You know, if you were to go with that again, but I think it's still worth it to you. It's a small deduction, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, everybody.
We back.
We're back. We're
all
good. Yeah, we're good. All right. So what? Actually, I wasn't listening too much. I'm sorry. What was your thought process?
I was just saying
going through
next,
Phil's
Yeah,
categories.
So my next pick, I think I have to go Jingle All the Way. You went villain, but
Oh, I think Jingle All the Way is a great pick. Because let me tell you, first of all, it's still on my list, and I have Sinbad.
So
That's how good of a movie it is.
I feel bad taking it after the villain, but that's my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies. I just love the whole everything.
There's so many
There's
good
just so many
scenes.
different things, like anything from like the reindeer scene when he fights the reindeer,
Yep.
and then like
Going to the warehouse, fighting the
Arnold
army of
versus
Santa
Reindeer.
Clauses. The
Jim
Big
Bel-
Show is
Jim
one of
Bel-
them.
Jim Belushi was gonna be my Santa Claus if I didn't get Tim Allen. Because the boss said he was gonna.
That would have been good.
Nobody
That would have been good.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely gotta go Jingle All the Way. That's my favorite.
Jingle All the Way is a
All
spectacle.
It's
right, I'll make sure I watch it before.
Put the cookie down.
Put the cookie.
Don't forget, you're my number one customer.
Yeah, he says it to his wife.
There's so many good ones.
now.
Also,
Get out of here.
famously has the kid who plays young Anakin Skywalker from Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Annie.
Who eventually went on to, basically go suicidal because of all the hate mail he got from Star Wars.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he quit acting. Yeah, that kid from the Jingle All the Way kid. He went and did Anakin Skywalker in the Phantom Menace and then, got so much hate for it and, quit acting and basically, went insane.
Poor guy.
That's many good Christmases after that, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding, right? All the psychopaths just sitting there harassing some kid. Dude, you're harassing the kid. It's not his fault. But, yeah.
That's rough.
True story. But, yeah, no, Jingle All the Way is, it's so friggin' funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gift that you haven't watched that movie
It
yet.
really is, honestly. Yeah, you're in for a treat.
All right.
Especially Arnold. You're a big Arnold guy.
I love Arnold.
You do.
He's one of my favorites.
It's turbo time.
Yeah.
Bouncing
He
baby,
says, like,
bouncing
just a guy
baby
with a German
bumpers.
yeah, he's just a guy with a German accent that has no
Yeah.
business being in the suburbs
Yeah.
at all.
Isn't that a quote from that movie? Bouncing baby bumpers. About bouncing baby bumpers.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
I thought it
Actually,
was.
I'm 100% sure.
No.
About bouncing baby bumpers.
I need to find where that quote's from.
I know, it's definitely, I don't know.
Different
It's from
Arnold
an
movie?
Arnold movie that I haven't seen. But yeah, we'll track that down.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm down to my last 4 categories too here. I got mother, animated character, villain, and another movie. And I'm about to use up 2 of those here, so it's getting down to the wire.
Nitty gritty.
I know.
Am I too far away from the mic?
I think closer the better.
Yeah, close to the boat.
So one I'm going with here. I feel like this is a steal late in the draft. Animated character. Your boy, Charlie Brown.
Oh, Charlie
Oh,
Brown's good.
wow.
That's on my list too. That was my.
I think
I never even registered in my radar.
pretty legendary. I don't think anybody can.
No, that was-
He's kind of on Santa Claus level. He's kind of in your category as far as legends go. I don't know if that's an insult to you.
You were good to Charlie Brown a couple of years, right, Sam?
As I'm watching Luke form this team, I'm starting to see that we criticized Seth in the Halloween draft for doing all classics and no modern takes. And as I look at Luke's list, I'm like, fuck. He's getting it all.
Let's go.
And I'm
going
I was
shock.
feeling
I'm going
confidence,
shock.
but all of a sudden I'm starting to feel a little nervous. I'm starting to shake in my boots a little bit here, man.
Charlie Brown was my 1-1 of animated.
Nice.
Animated
Let's
character.
go. All right. Makes me feel better.
Charlie Brown's a good movie. Everybody,
That's a good pick. I never even thought of Charlie Brown.
That's,
All right.
I believe Steph's a big fan. Aren't you a big Charlie Brown?
I mean, everybody was Charlie.
Yeah.
I had
Charlie Brown PJs.
I still had to decide if I was going maybe Snoopy, but
Snoopy's still on the board.
He's on the board.
That might have been my 1-2. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I put Charlie Brown / Snoopy,
Yeah.
so I could
He's
decide.
on Snoopy's on my list.
Yeah, but yeah, lock that one in, and then I'm down to mother, villain, and movie. There's not a lot of mother options, but I feel like I got to make a
You don't
good
have to
pick for the
a
other
villain
ones.
because me and Phil have already picked ours.
It's true, and I already messed that up when you. I was the third guy to pick a Santa too. That was not smart
Oh, were you?
drafting.
Oh shit, that's right. Good call.
I could have saved him for the end.
Yep.
But so maybe I should go to movie. I don't know.
Shout out to Santas. You know what's a Santa that I did like that I had on my list is Paul Giamatti and Fred Claus. I like him as Santa.
I'm just not too big a fan of that movie, honestly.
Really?
Fred Claus.
That's actually one that I actually like genuinely really like a lot. I had a few
Yeah.
characters on my list. I had Willie the Elf, who's I can't think of the actor that plays him, but he's in a bunch of Vince Vaughn movies. He's in like The Breakup.
You know what
he's
angered
in
me
a
the
few.
most? Sorry to cut you out. You know
No,
what
it's okay.
angered me the most about that movie
What?
is that he did not end up with what's her
cop?
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
She was like the human elf in that movie. I'm talking about the right movie, right?
Oh, it's not
the-
Rachel McAdams, but I know what you're talking about.
It is
Like she's a
Rachel-
human elf.
It is Rachel McAdams.
No, it's not. It's definitely not. It's definitely
It's
not.
like the human.
Bet
the
on it.
human
Bet
elf.
on it.
Yeah, I'll bet on it. I'll friggin' chug a beer against you or something. Santa, you don't want that smoke, but I know it's not. I just watched it. I love Fred Claus. I do know what you're talking about. She ends up with Willie, who's actually the elf that I was just talking about. Who, again, like I said, is in a couple of those Vince Vaughn movies, which I like Willie a lot. He's like the head. He's like Santa's head elf and shit. He's awesome in that movie.
But I think that was the original plan. But I don't think maybe they like got along on set or something. I'm not. Doesn't it feel like that? Just
I don't know, maybe.
But
Well,
then
he
it
has
goes
his
back
love
to
interest
the-
from the beginning of the movie,
Yeah,
though.
like
Like that's how the movie opens up, is with Vince Vaughn. He's in Chicago, and he's like interested in
Who
this
is
cop.
that girl?
Elizabeth Banks. There you go.
Hey.
She's from
Producer
Zack and Mary
Steph.
Make a Porno.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
hilarious.
Charlene?
She's in a
Yeah.
lot of stuff.
To be
She's
fair,
funny.
she does look a lot like Rachel McAdams.
Kind of. Yeah, no, she does. Yeah,
That's-
I'm with you.
That's actually very
While you're there,
close.
look up the elf from Fred Claus for me. He's in a lot of those Vince Vaughn movies too, as well. He plays Willie.
Yeah.
He's like I said. He's the. You've seen the Breakup?
John Michael
Yes.
Higgins.
Thank you. That's it. John Michael Higgins. He's the Tone Range. He's the Tone Ranges.
Yeah.
Like the little goofy guy. Oh, that's not him.
He's the one that gets Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah,
that's
he's in Best of Show. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
seen
yep,
that movie.
He's in a lot.
A lot of funny stuff.
Yeah, he's a funny
Plays
guy.
a good gay guy too.
But he's like the head elf in that movie, and he scores Elizabeth Banks, who's like the only elf who's like full size.
Yeah.
Good for
Which
him.
is why I thought I'm like the whole movie.
Lady
I'm like,
Climber.
he's definitely gonna get this good girl, and then I'm like, oh, the elves likes her. I got it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
The best scene though in the whole, honestly, I think the best scene is when
They have kids.
Vince Vaughn and Willie are like dancing,
Yeah.
and it's all about like the whole thing's based around his liking of her. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Come on, man, you gotta feel it." Oh, it's great, Vince. I honestly I prefer that one over Four Christmases. That's like the Vince Vaughn double
Reese
Christmas movie.
Witherspoon.
Vinny V.
Reese, yeah, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I like both those movies a lot, but I actually really like Four Christmases. I think Paul Giamatti is good. Unfortunately, you got.
I did like him. He was a
Kevin
good Santa
Spacey.
Claus.
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
he was.
like,
He was a good Santa Claus. I liked his portrayal a lot. The fat suit doesn't look great, but it's also at the same time it's whatever. It's like a Santa movie. Like it's almost supposed to just be dumb. Again, maybe I just like dumb things. I think that's what we're starting to learn on this podcast. Actually, is that I'm a fan of dumb things.
Aren't
like
we
the
all?
Christmas movies, you can't take seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those are like the best, like lighthearted. I don't know, you get away with a lot in those.
Yeah, I think you gotta be able to enjoy that silly stuff still.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't want to lose your inner child too quick. You know?
Exactly.
All right, so I got one more.
You do indeed, my friend.
I
The
have a
double
couple.
pick.
I think I'm going villain. I don't need to go villain though. Fuck.
Oh shit! I gotta put the camera in. Yeah, I just noticed that.
All right, so I'm gonna go movie, and this is sort of a double up, but I think a lot of people would say this is the better of the two. I'm gonna go with Home Alone 2.
Oh,
Two.
It's widely regarded as the better of the two.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Hey.
That's the sellout version. That's the Donald, not to get political, but that's the Donald Trump version. That's the.
Let's get political.
That's the Donald Trump version. That would be the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Once you get Rob Snyder and what's his face involved, that's when you know that they're dropping the real money on it.
That's fair.
Keep an eye on the next number to come up. It should be going to 5 and not 3. If not, I have to switch the wire around. Ja feel? Ja definitely feel. But, oh man.
I wanted to go villain, but
That's tough. Big double pick there. We're getting close to the nitty gritty here now. Home Alone 2. That's a ballsy play, Colin.
But Home Alone 2 is honestly, you can't deny it's a great Christmas movie.
It's a good Christmas movie. It is. And if you already took Home Alone, what can you do? You know, what can you do? But I definitely prefer the original. Definitely. Definitely.
So I got-
decide.
We shall indeed. We shall
So I
indeed.
got Mother, Father, animated or non-human.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Arnold. Put the cookie down.
Yeah, you already know.
Charlie Brown, Home Alone 2. I think I needed that. I think Santa needed that pick from Luke. I think Santa needed that Home Alone 2 pick. I think that might have been what elevated me.
Damn.
We'll see. We'll see when push comes to shove. We'll see what the people have to say. Either way, I'm happier with my team now than Vision was. That's for sure.
And then you went.
Even though Charlie Brown, though.
Charlie Brown's a good pick.
I'm going to look up some reviews real quick.
People are going to love
One
that
versus
too.
two Home Alone. I should have done this before I was so
I
bold.
do like Home Alone 2 a lot. But I think Home Alone is just you can't mention Home Alone 2 without Home Alone. There is no Home Alone 2 without Home Alone, obviously. But
That's fair.
It's like the Bird Lady, right? That's
The second one, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole, it's like her story versus the guy who
Well,
was
you
with
get,
his
like,
granddaughter in
the
the first
hotel,
one, who was
the
like scary, the neighbor. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like the side plot, which in that is a blow away. And then even it's Home Alone 1
Saves the day at the end.
landslide.
so this father, I could definitely keep it to the very end.
That's my personal pick, though. You know what I'm saying? Everyone teach their own. Maybe that's why we're here. So Luke's got his 2 movies.
All right, so actually, I'm gonna throw you guys
Got a
for
mom
a
and
curveball.
villain left.
I'm throwing you guys for a curveball. You thought I was going Howie from Jingle All the Way. I'm actually going to the mother.
Oh,
She holds it down. When Ted came on,
Liz?
Liz.
Oh man,
Rita Wilson.
Liz.
Rita Wilson.
This is another Jingle All the Way pick?
Another jingle. The
Liz.
mother of Jingle All the Way.
man.
She a down broad.
Liz.
What is it?
A little
Ted-
bit of a looker
yeah.
too. Definitely a little bit of a looker.
Yeah. Ted had his pick of the litter of the neighborhood and went after Rita Wilson, and she shut him down.
Yep.
What is it? Coffee right to the face in the parking lot. Of the
Yeah,
parade.
hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Yep.
Yep. So, not too many down. You could not too many other mothers. I think
No,
I think
clearly
like-
has to pick up for Arnold slack. He's always
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
never
exactly.
around. He's always missing things.
she's the one taking him to the karate classes
Yep.
and making sure the gifts are getting picked out.
Yep. You go yep. Arnold, you got the gift I told you to get a
yeah.
couple days ago, right? Like all you had to do is pick it up. Oh yeah, fuck. Boom. No, she was always there. She was always holding it down. She's a great mom.
She
Great
does,
mom.
get, she
great
does get a
pick.
little selfish at the end, and when they're in the scene in the bed at the very, very end, she's like, "Oh, so what did you get me?"
Oh yeah. That's right. That's how it ends. Good call.
That's good.
That is how it ends.
So yeah, Rita Wilson, Mother of Christmas, I think.
I think that's a good pick. I think that's
She's
a
sturdy.
strong
Yeah.
pick. I like that one. I like that one.
Nice.
She was on my list for mothers, Phil. I'll tell you that. She was on my list for mothers.
Actually, Luke's at a disadvantage because never saw it, but good mom.
Yeah, and like I said, a bit of a looker that always helps. Like you said,
Married to
the
Tom Hanks.
is she really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Wow. That's
No
elite.
shit. I didn't know that. Fun fact for everybody.
And then let me just change this.
Yeah, no, I like Liz. Liz is a good pick. Good pick. So it's one mother off the board. I think I'm gonna have to go with. I mean, there's no way I'm not taking Christmas Vacation. I'll just say it loud. There's no way I'm not taking Christmas Vacation.
It's a hard double up, Cotton.
I mean, I don't even care that I got Clark Griswold in the first. We are in round friggin' 6, and Christmas Vacation's still hanging out there. And I want to take it with my first pick overall.
Okay. So it's a draft philosophy, you know. You're of that school. We'll
The
see.
creme de la creme of
viewers
Christmas.
decide.
I mean, right out of the whole movie, from getting the Christmas tree in the very beginning. The score, the whole thing
It is a
is
great Christmas
fantastic. It is like Christmas in an absolute nutshell, man. The whole family coming in. Nobody wants it to happen. Everybody's annoyed.
All down to the
I
weird
mean,
family and
the neighbors are hysterical. Griswold, where are you going to put a tree that big? Bend over, Todd, and I'll show you. I'm never talking to you like that, Griswold.
Chevy's
I was
chasing
talking to
us-
you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, man. It's absolutely great.
So I think this is a good comparison. Chevy Chase is the '80s version of Ryan Reynolds.
There's definitely something to that. Yeah.
I think
The biggest difference would be off screen. People fucking love Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and
People fucking hate
was an
Chevy
asshole,
Chase.
apparently, yeah.
He's
But
a fucking massive
he
dick,
was-
everybody says.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was just the king of the world at that point. It was just like
Saturday Night Live had projected him to stardom. And actually, also the vacation movies.
Yeah.
Between the two, he was the king of the world.
Yeah.
But I mean, the movie's so funny. Drum roll, the Christmas lights, the squirrel in the tree, Cousin Eddie. Claw. It's so funny. I don't even know where to start. There's so many things in my head. As soon as I start thinking of the movie, it's just so funny, and it's the one that I've definitely seen the most. My parents will watch that movie in fucking July. Like my whole life, that's just like the one movie that they just love above like all else. So I feel like I've seen it 2 billion times. To me, it's without a doubt the best Christmas movie. It's hysterical.
Lock it in.
I'm gonna go Christmas Vacation for sure. Like I said, I almost thought about taking it at my first overall.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't go a little sooner. But I guess you got Clark Griswold 1-1. So that's a good pair up. I like that.
He's doubling.
I doubled. I had to.
I'm barely doubling other people's lists. You're doubling your own list, guy.
I had to. I had
think
to
it
do
just
it.
strengthens both picks. Honestly, I think it just brings more
Secure and
validity.
Here's boot-looking Santa right now.
Who knows?
Well, I just did the same. So.
Soundtrack too. A bunch
I'm
of
just
good,
defending
Christmas
my
songs.
strategy too.
A lot of Christmas songs can be annoying. They play bangers in that movie.
Yeah.
Malika Laka is the right way to say Merry Christmas to you. Am I gonna go double movie or am I gonna go into my mother category? I think I might go double movie here.
I have a guess of where I'm going to show it to Luke. I have a guess of what one of your movies is, and it is not a Christmas movie.
Well, he already mentioned one.
Yeah,
Sounds like he's gonna avoid it.
Hold on.
I'm gonna double up. I'm gonna go get the.
Hold on. Where is it? Why is it not on here? I put it on here. Oh yeah, right there, right above Gremlins.
All right,
That's
we'll
it.
see.
I'm gonna go double movie here. I'm gonna get not only the best Christmas movie of all time with Christmas Vacation. I'm gonna get the second best Christmas movie of all time too. You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid.
Oh,
24
no,
hours of straight Christmas.
I was wrong.
The Christmas Story
That's
is
the first
all
mention,
time.
too.
It's
First
all time.
I'm
Yep.
stamping my
It's
feet on this.
timeless
That's more of a
classic.
steal.
Overrated Christmas movie. I don't think it's
Disagree.
that. I think the father's probably the best character. in that
No movie is worth playing 24 straight hours. So in that sense, I guess you could say it's overrated because no movie deserves that credit.
exactly.
At all.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's the ideal Christmas movie. Everybody always had that one gift that was just a little bit like whether it was too dangerous or it was too expensive or it was too hard to get. There was always that one gift that every kid wanted that was just like, Mom, Dad, like this is what I want. And your parents would be like, Bro,
It's very true. Yeah.
It ain't gonna
It is the
happen,
epitome,
man. You know what I mean?
It is the epitome.
It
My
is.
parents pulled that with me. They told me no way for what was it? I forgot exactly. I think it was a PlayStation 2.
Okay.
But way back in the day, I'm like, I want it. My mom's like, no, it's way too expensive.
Yeah, $200.
Anytime
Easy.
anytime I ask my dad for anything, he's like, yeah, I'll get you two. And obviously, I used to ask for like a puppy back in the day and be like, yeah, I'll get you two. I'm like, all right, sweet. And then just like a week later, he's like,
No pup?
Yeah. So what are you talking about? I was kidding. And he is Portuguese, so I didn't understand like.
It's a verbal contract,
Yeah.
Dad. You gotta follow through on that.
I didn't understand the Portuguese sarcasm, but apparently it was sarcasm.
Thanks, Pops.
That is true. Everybody has that one gift that they like.
Very
that resonates with them
relatable.
when they were younger.
Super funny. Even the classroom scenes, being out in the schoolyard, kids just daring each other to do dumbass shit.
Double dog
Next thing you
daring.
know- yep.
One of the best villains of Christmas, actually, too.
Oh yeah,
Scott.
neighborhood bully Scott.
Scott.
Yep.
Got him on my
ends up-
list.
Ralphie ends up
Sorry
giving him
if
the
I ruined
business.
that for anybody.
He was one of a few options for me, but I wasn't gonna pick him.
I love the scene where he like has his little daydream basically where he's shooting all the
yeah,
robbers
he's the
in the
cowboy,
back.
yeah,
He's the
Roy
cowboy,
Rogers,
just lighting them all up.
Yeah.
Mom washes the mouth out with soap.
Yeah, and then he actually does indeed
Wager
shoot his
them.
eye out.
Yeah. Then he does. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
It's great. The Santa scene in that movie is fucking creepy. That's
Yeah,
not
it's a
my
little
favorite. That's
creepy.
not Santa's favorite
Yeah.
portrayal of Santa. I'll tell you that right now.
Even the elf
that
in that
Santa's
too.
creepy. Yeah, he is.
Oh, best elf would have been a good category too.
Best elf. I tell you what, I would have taken.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Where's your elf face?
Yeah.
Show your elf face.
I watched that too. One of my last picks. Well, I have 2 picks left, but one of those is going to be a character from that movie.
Well, you're up now? You're up
Both
now?
of them. Both of them might be. Yeah, I might double up on that movie.
Yeah,
Oh,
honestly,
man.
that's my favorite movie that I'm not gonna have anything from.
All right. So after you put this
It's
in,
the
I'll-
night-
I
the
might
night
just
before?
go
Is that
back.
what you're-
The night before. Have you guys?
I've seen it.
It's my favorite movie.
It was
that I'm
on
not gonna have
my
anything
on my
from.
movie list.
Yeah.
Did I have it on anything else? I had Seth Rogen as a potential father.
Oh, that's my next pick.
Oh man,
Ethan, I swear to God.
Oh, you're about to do it already?
was
I didn't
just
just give
about
it to
to do
you.
it. No, I swear to God. I
All right.
swear to
I'm glad.
God.
I just didn't want to be giving you
I swear to God.
a gift that you never thought of.
No. Just for validation, I'll show off the list.
But he's also just an expecting father. He's not a father.
Exactly.
yet.
At the very end, he becomes a
So
father.
Nick.
At the very end.
He also calls his baby a cunt.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's why it's funny.
What?
Was it? Yeah. Not even the last
Mike
one
did
either.
him?
Ethan the night before.
There you go. There you go.
So,
And then I did it again.
are we all good?
No, go up again. Go up. Which one is that?
It's Phillies again.
Mine again. Should I turn it on and off?
No, it's gotta be this Y that we gotta fucking replace. I'm guessing.
Hey,
Anything?
he's back.
There we
Yeah.
go.
We good?
Yeah, I gotta replace that Y. It's on my to-do list. It's on
Alright.
Santa's list. I'll send it
7th
Nick.
overall pick. This is a little sneaky one, but I think one of the best overall fathers of Christmas is Ethan from the night before.
Nice.
His wife gives him know they're pregnant. He's real life worried about it, like as any parent would be, like any of us if we were surprised with the child. And his wife is actually cool as hell and goes and gives him every single drug on his last night Christmas traditions.
Last
with
Christmas,
him and-
yeah.
That's a
Him and his
funny
buddies.
money movie.
Yeah.
Start.
And then
Yeah.
it goes the ups and downs of the mushrooms, calls his baby a cunt.
Sure does. You just call a baby a cunt. That's what the hell they end up when she's playing the video.
Father of the Year right there.
So I'm your rock. I'm Dwayne.
Yeah, and at the very end of the movie, they use their previous traditions and use it with their new family, and they sing to him. What's the song by Run DMC?
Christmas in Hollands.
Christmas in Hollands, yep. I think underrated father, and
Great movie.
I think it's an awesome
Yeah,
movie.
very
Yeah,
good
I genuinely absolutely love it. Mr. Green by far is my favorite character.
Yeah,
Mr.
Michael
Green is-
Shannon.
He's unbelievable
Yeah.
in that. Right up
guys-
to the
you guys
end
want-
when he finally gets his wings, he's like, I finally think I deserve these. But he's so funny in that movie, man.
He's a funny dude.
The first one he sees is Anthony Mackie. And I can't remember Seth Rogen's name in the movie because Ethan's
Ethan.
Joseph Gordon. No, that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Ethan.
Isaac. That's what it is. Isaac. So he sees Anthony Mackie first, and like Anthony Mackie's like, all right, he buys the weed or whatever from him. Then he's like getting ready to get out of the car, and he goes, "Tell Isaac I'll see him later." And it's one of those things where Anthony, like in movie things, so like Anthony Mackie goes, "What did you just say?" And you think he's gonna say something totally different. He just goes, "Tell Isaac I'll see him later." It's fucking
no.
hilarious.
That's what I meant.
He's like,
What the fuck? Yeah, go right down the board. It's like I can't fucking touch this thing at all.
The Wire's the ideal fix. Hey, it's back. You just hope it's not the port or the.
Yeah, no,
mic.
it's definitely the wire.
Yeah.
It's coming loose at the seam, which is ridiculous because I just bought it not that long ago. But what can you do?
Gotta go American made. St. Nick. Not that North Pole shit.
Yeah, no shit.
yeah,
no
but
shit.
the Anthony Mackie part, like right before he's like, "This is the weed of Christmas present," and every time he says it, he does this. He goes, "Well, technically, is it
all we have? Yeah.
only on Christmas,
Kid.
kid."
Yeah, it's fucking great. Only on Christmas Kid. Even when he's talking to Gordon Levitt at the end too, and he's just like, how'd you get in this party? He's like, it's my party. Like I read the Great Gatsby. I saw the Great Gatsby. He's like, no, I read the Great Gatsby. Movie was all right.
Yeah.
He goes, but I love the book, and I decided to start doing it myself. And he goes, we do a little bit more every year. He goes, this year we added in the tunnel with the fucking chain
The
coming
lights,
through.
yeah.
Cool way to enter the party now. And just goes like, yeah.
So good.
It's
so
fucking
good.
hysterical. It is very, very funny. I love him in that movie. But all the
my last
side roles are so funny in that movie too. Anthony Mackie's mom and shit. When like when they go, like they end up at Anthony Mackie's mom's house, like later on in the night when a bunch
She has one of the best mom
hugs
speeches.
Isaac.
She was one
You
of
smell
my
like weed.
Yeah, she was my second mom.
Oh yeah. She's a good one.
The speech that she gives to JGL was very, very good.
Yep. She did
very
that. Bringing all the food. She has him bringing all the food
Yeah.
to the homeless shelter.
Yeah.
Good mom for sure. Good mom for sure.
I like the pick.
Yeah, no, it's a good.
Good heartfelt message. Anthony Mackie's mom in that movie.
Yeah, no, I love The Night Of. That movie cracks me the fuck up. That's one of my favorites. One of my
Okay.
absolute favorites.
Lukey, to wrap it up.
Yeah, I gotta finish off my team here. Finish off my team with a villain and a mother.
Villain and a mother. Oh man, my last pick's a mother too. I hope you don't take mine.
I only got 2 options for mother.
Oh no, shit! put your Gary
Yeah,
face on,
it's
Santa.
honestly.
Put your Gary face on, Santa. Poker face.
One
hints.
of them I know is like more obscure that you probably don't have, and the other one, I don't feel like you have that one either. And I would also be double dipping if I went for that one.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna go chalk again on Christmas villain with Ebenezer Scrooge.
Classic.
Which movie?
Yeah, again, kind of like
Which
what Phil
movie?
with Grinch. You have a preference? Is that one that you?
I'm rolling with all of them.
Oh, right. The idea of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Exactly.
The idea of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Honestly, like I've seen the play before live,
Oh yeah, I've seen action
alright.
ones too.
but other than that, I've like probably seen the other versions like half a time or one time. The one I actually know is the Flintstones Christmas. We had the VHS when I was a kid. Flintstones Christmas
I
Carol.
didn't even know that Flintstones
Christmas
did
Carol.
one.
It's
It's the Muppets one. I've seen a ton.
It's them putting on like it's their town play. They're doing the Christmas
Yeah,
Carol
yeah.
for their play, but then it turns into like the real story for Fred and stuff.
no shit.
It's pretty stupid, but
You ever seen that?
that's how I know the story is from.
Flintstones Christmas Carol? No, I've never even
No,
heard.
so that's not the.
I'm never gonna knock Flintstones.
Yeah,
No, that's
it's in the same vein as Muppets.
Yeah,
spin-offs
for
and
sure.
stuff.
All right.
But,
so that one I've seen a few times.
But yeah, I'm going with the generic
Ebenezer.
overall Ebenezer Scrooge as my villain.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty solid.
That means
I had
the
a more
fucking
obscure
Wet
one.
Bandits left off the list.
I know.
Oh my god,
That's actually
that is
sacrilegious.
insane.
It's sacrilegious.
Hey, you guys did it
Happens.
too.
Yeah, no, it does. Happens.
I also wanted to say Burgermeister Meisterburger.
He's on my list too. He's
Yeah,
on my
I
list.
don't know if you remember him.
I had
All
a lot
right,
of
I should have
good-
done that. Damn it. But,
That's great.
But yeah, Burgermeister Meisterburger was my other option.
But Ebenezer Scrooge, that's
Yeah, that's chalk.
Yeah.
Can't say he's not a villain of Christmas.
Shout out Hans Gruber from Die Hard.
Yeah, I
Alan
thought he
Rickman,
was gonna
R.I.P. in
go.
peace.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like,
It's a great one.
What about your boy Phil? Krampus?
I still got a pick left.
Not a villain. What do you got?
I haven't
It's
made it a
it's your
non-
angel. It's your angel thing.
No, you know my angel.
Yeah, how the fuck have we done this for this long and you haven't taken Krampus? What's going on here? I didn't even
I know you
realize
guys were
that.
gonna take him. You guys didn't see the movie.
This is unbelievable.
No, you know who I was gonna pick, but I backed off when I asked about like the angel pick. Was Mr. Green?
Oh,
Mr. Green
all
was
right,
gonna be
all
my
right. Angel. All right, that would have been a good one. I would allow that.
No, that's still my option. But as you guys already brought it up, I want it to be more sneaky. But
Fair enough.
it's out there now.
Fair enough. I'd allow it. That's a good pick.
Yeah, it's this that gets me. It's this part. It's the way the Christmas present.
All right, I'm gonna round my team off. I might need approval for this one because she's technically a stepmom,
It's a lot.
but Emily Hobbs, Will Ferrell's mom in Elf,
Oh,
or stepmom in Elf.
That's a good.
I think she's the best Christmas
Yeah.
mom.
So very wholesome.
She's funny.
Very wholesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And I love that actress too. She plays an equally like
Step Brothers.
awesome mom and
Actually, she's in that Happiest Season movie that I was talking about a little while ago.
yeah,
She's in that too. Yeah.
nice. I gotta watch that then. Yeah, Mary Steenburgen.
There you go.
What's her name?
Yep. And I don't know if you've seen Wilfred.
Yes.
If you haven't, you should.
Oh, the Elijah Wood show.
Yeah,
I remember that one from back in the day, but I never really got
watched
into
the
it.
first season.
she's his mom in that.
No
Yeah.
shit.
And she's cuckoo too.
I love Elijah Wood. He cracks me up.
You should watch that, dude. It's-
I should.
really funny.
I'm always
I
in
fell
in
off
need of
after
new
the
stuff.
first season.
You should watch it, and it has a
It's
very.
only like 2 or 3, right?
No, it's like 6 or 7.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No shit.
But,
I didn't know. I had no
and
idea
it
about
has a
that.
very overarching story. Like, there's a big conclusion to the whole thing. It's not just like random
Right,
episodes.
I get you.
It actually, I was getting, like, when I stopped watching, it was getting to that part where it's
Yeah.
like,
He's basically trying to figure out what the fuck this guy in a dog suit is.
is he
And he's
crazy?
like,
Is he dead? Is he
part of a mystical alien
Yeah,
thing?
exactly,
Like, what's
yeah.
going on?
Interesting.
a lot of turns? Yeah.
But yeah, I think she's awesome, and she's like the most supportive lady ever. Like, all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
She just embraces, loves Will Ferrell for everything he is, Buddy Dale for everything he is.
Yeah, not even
And,
her kid, like you said, stepmom, not even her son, and
Yeah.
she's like the one, you know. Howard, take him in.
And I know that's my first. I just double dipped in my own movie, which I was giving Nick shit for.
I know, hey, it's-
But you know,
That's good.
we're gonna
Gotta
keep
do what you gotta
it
do.
going. I'm happy with it.
When classics are there, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So Scrooge, all right. Well, I know who I'm taking my last pick.
Oh man, I've been actually jumping around with this now.
I actually got the mom I wanted.
Oh, I got it. You guys are gonna like
What's
this.
your last category?
Animated or non-human character?
And you're not going Krampus. Oh my
I'm not
God.
gonna go Krampus.
This is insane.
Mr. Green. I was set on Mr. Green up until the last part, but it was gonna be Mr. Green.
I would have lost a lot of money.
What?
Oh, we were talking. I said it would have been 1,000% that he drafts Krampus, like 1,000%.
It was there. It was there, but
Unbelieve.
all right, the last pick. So this is they have a very small part in this movie.
What the hell?
Very small part, but staple. And I think it gets a laugh every time. It's the puppets from Santa Claus. as my non-human animated character.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing we can take away from these drafts here is whoever gets the number 2 pick loses.
Oh no!
That's the big takeaway that we can get from this whole thing is whoever drafts second loses.
The original every time.
The puppet side character.
The puppet side character, small role, always gets a laugh. Every time I've watched the Santa Claus movie, gets a laugh every time. Every time Tim Allen drops his pants, they go, "Whoa!" It gets me every single time. It's always stuck with me.
That might be the funniest part
It
of the
always
movie.
hits.
Yeah,
It
it's
always
probably
hits.
the funniest,
It
probably the
always
funniest part of
hits.
the movie.
So the puppets from the Santa Claus is
All right.
my animated or non-human pick.
8th rounder. Lock it
Eighth
in.
rounder.
You could have had a few other good ones, man. But
Yeah, there was a bunch.
you know, you went with the heart.
Oh yeah, going with the heart.
It rings true. Santa would get that, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Christmas encourages a lot of different emotions, you know what I mean? And actually, that's where I'm going to go with my last pick. Because my last pick is going to be my mother category. And it's going to be somebody who has a little bit of a roller coaster because, you know, Christmas, ups and downs. A lot of things going on, a lot of stress. When you have 57,000 different kids, that adds more stress. Hard to keep them all in check. Working a job. Her husband's probably dealing with the mafia on some sort because they have a huge house even though they have like 10 kids. I'm going to go with Kate McAllister.
Oh, she is the worst mother.
I'm going to go.
From which one?
I'm going to go with Kate
From which
McAllister.
one? From which movie?
Home Alone 1.
From the first. That's
From
the
Home
worst.
Alone 1. I'm going to go with Kate
She's the worst
McAllister. While the movie opens up, the opening 20 minutes is bad. Christmas
the whole
and
basis
the lot
of
of
the movie.
everything,
Very bad.
redemption, okay? Once that woman realizes what she did, she refuses to leave the airport until she's on a flight back to the United States. Doesn't matter what she's going to do. As we learned in Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, doing any kind of a road trip with John Candy is a fucking...
Candy.
John Candy is a fucking problem. I don't even know what I said, but thank you. Is a fucking problem. She was able to handle that. All the musicians. She went through hell and high water to get back to her son, as any good mother should do for the holidays. She wouldn't take no for an answer. She was ready to, beg, borrow, and steal. Who knows? She was willing to do it all. She was willing to risk the biscuit. She started off tough. But, like I said, the holidays are tough, and you have 10,000 kids. That's tough. Like I said, husband's probably doing some illegal activities because that house is huge,
Oh, yeah.
and they have so many kids. Like how? And they're all going to Paris. It's like, dude, what are you?
It was the 90s, dude. Everybody was making money.
Maybe. I'm just saying. I think he was like a banker or something like that. I think he was doing
Stock
some
market's
bank, I think he was
booming.
doing some banking on the side. That's all I'm saying.
What about the second one though? She's in New York, goes all by herself. I guess again, but she traveled.
Yeah.
Same lady.
Same lady. Same lady.
But yeah, we're doing.
No one's
movie.
perfect.
Yeah.
No one's perfect. I just like the redemption.
But the second time,
I like the redemption
Yeah.
story. I like the redemption story. Like I said,
I mean, she
Is
did
it really
count
redemption-
heads.
Is it a redemption story if you do it
faces.
again?
that's a good point. Touche. That's why I said the first one. That's why I said the first one.
Alright.
That's why I said the first one.
That's fair.
But to me, I think, like I said, while she might fuck up a little bit in the beginning, I think she's willing to risk it all to get back to her son for Christmas. And then it's funny, by the time she gets there, the whole rest of the family comes barging on in. What is it? You hate that pick? Oh, yeah. Good old producer Steph hates the pick.
Thanks, babe.
A lot of people are gonna hate on my puppets pick, but they're gonna go watch the fucking Santa Claus, and the puppets are gonna fucking.
It's gonna get him.
Yeah, it's gonna get him.
It hits every time.
It's gonna get him.
It hits every time.
You can't deny it.
Wow.
It's a cheap laugh, but it works every time.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who gets the dub here.
I don't know.
We're gonna have some voters.
Yeah, Nick, you gotta put up a poll.
We'll put up a poll like we did the last time, and we'll do a little debating on the internet. So we have some time off now. We don't come back to the show until 2023.
Maybe get a take from Kalos and Seth and Ledoux.
For sure.
The next time's up. Yeah.
But just looking through these teams here, want to go through them? We can. Let's start. I'll start with myself. Good old Santa. Clark Griswold, like I said, I think the cream of the crop. I think he's the best character.
Seth said he would need
Santa
to be
Claus.
number one pick too. That's what.
Did he really? No
I think
shit.
when we mentioned it, he's like, if Clark Griswold is not the number one pick,
He's the
I
best.
don't know what I'll do.
He's the
That's
best.
all right.
He agrees with you on that one.
He's the best. Using him as my father role, I thought was good too because I was able to get Kevin McAllister later. Billy Bob Thornton. I mean, bad. I needed some representation from Bad Santa. I was either going to take the movie or Billy Bob. One of those ended up with him. Good. I just needed some representation because Bad Santa is amazing.
Yep.
Sinbad, Jingle All the Way. I mean, hysterical. You know, sick world we're living in. Sick people. I love Gizmo, my guy. Gremlins, the cutest little guy of all time. Just drives the movie home. He's hysterical. Him driving his little convertible RC car at the end, saving the day and shit. And then I feel like I finished the draft strong with some good picks. My two movie picks, I feel like I stole Christmas Vacation, Christmas Story. I feel like those are the two classics. Those are my favorites. And then Kate McAllister. I'm happy with my squad. I feel like I filled up pretty damn nice.
The Kate, you can argue either way. You can argue either way.
I totally feel that. There's gonna be some fight back.
She is a Christmas mother of interest. I'll give it that. If she's the best or worst, it's.
I mean, you'd have a case for worse too.
Yeah,
You could have a case for worse. She
Yeah,
left the ball.
a very strong case.
The thing is, hey,
twice.
here's the thing. If she was the
Aren't
worst,
there like 5?
Yeah, there's like probably 5 now, I think. Yeah.
if she was the worst, she could have just been like, all right, with the husband, and gone like, all right, let's go. You know, I think it's like to her brother's house. I think it's like that. You know, an uncle. Like, all right, let's go to my brother's house. We'll chill out in Paris for a few days, and like, we'll call some cops and we'll figure it out. That would have been the worst mother. But the whole family's like, yo, like, let's get out of here. There's nothing we can do. We can't get on a flight. She's like, I'm not leaving this airport unless it's on a plane back home. Like, that's it. There's nothing else to it. And then, like I said, you know, John Candy comes up to her at an airport, just this big fucking guy. He's like, I'm traveling with my fucking band of fucking misfits here.
Bonus points. What's the name of the band?
Oh, man. That's a great call. Fuck.
Steph, can you look it up?
Oh, man. I don't know.
It's.
Oh, I can't. As soon as she says it, I'll know it.
I
But
feel like it's very. I can't remember it either, but I think it's something.
Tone Ranges? No, it's the one
I
from.
think it's stupid like the polkas. I think it's literally.
Because he asked that, you know, the poll. Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I think it's the polkas.
Yes,
yeah.
he asked about that.
What
The
is it?
Kenosha Kickers?
The Kenosha Kickers of
Yeah, maybe.
Christmas.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That
The
might
polka.
be it, yeah.
We sing polka, you know.
Polka.
Yeah.
Kenosha Kickers.
I don't remember Kenosha Kickers.
That sounds perfect.
That is good, yeah. That's a good John Candy, R.I.P.
I mean, she goes through, and she does it by herself. Like I said, none of the other sibling. There's no other good sibling. There's no other like brother or sister who's like, you know what, mom, I'm staying with you. Not even forget
Why
Kevin
would I go?
McAllister. Actually,
I'm on vacation, bitch. You fucking forgot my brother. You go pick him up.
I guess if
You
you
know
want to
what
look
I
at it
mean?
like, all right, fair enough. That's I guess that's
I mean, you don't have a redemption story if you don't fuck up in the first place.
that's
you know
true.
what I mean?
That's
Like,
true. But it's, I mean, at that point, whose responsibility is it? Is it just hers to make sure he's there?
Accidents,
Nobody else's.
I mean,
There's
Kind of.
10 other ways you can solve that issue too. Like they don't have any friends who live in the town they can talk to.
oh yeah, it was
You know.
a lot of
Or
potholes.
police
Yeah.
or
True.
You know.
True.
you know. But I mean, we're not trying to get too harsh here.
I just think that at the end of the day, she saw the writing on the wall and she was like, I'm getting back to my boy on Christmas. And like I said, she went through hell and high water to do it. I respect that. That's what the Christmas
I
spirit's
think-
all about,
I
baby.
think
Yep.
most
She owned
emotional
up to her
on the second
mistake.
one,
Sure did.
Yeah.
We got Philly P, Home Alone, Tim Allen as Santa Claus. That's a pick for me that I don't love, but I ever teach their own. You got the Grinch, Bill Murray, Scrooge,
that's
Jingle
a
All the
solid
Way,
pick. Oh, I knew
Liz, double Jingle All the Way pick.
Oh yeah,
Back to back.
I think that's an elite.
And
option.
after Sinbad.
True.
Hey,
True.
I'm just trying to hype up my list.
Jingle All the Way might be the most represented movie on this
The entire
board
board.
as I look at it. Now that I think about it, I think it might be.
We could have went with Ted as the villain. He is arguably one of the biggest villains.
He really is. Two huge villains
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
No Arnold though. No Arnold. But he was actually, I did have him on my list as under my mains.
Yeah, I think so. Liz, it was tossed between Howie and Liz, but I think Howie would have been too. He isn't the best father. He should have just got his kid a Christmas gift when he was supposed to. I mean,
Mr. Karate, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Missed all the kids' belts.
He's got a little. His priorities a little fucked up, but so I think Liz holds it down. Real one.
That's a big a big thing in Christmas movies is like this lackadaisical parent who kind of misses things and
Exactly,
stuff.
yeah.
A movie that we talked about a little bit about, again, no representation, was Jack Frost, actually. Same thing. A movie that I really liked, Michael Keaton in the beginning. Kind of same thing. Like, he's so focused on his band, missing all of his kids' hockey games, missing all these things.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Then ends up dying, which is, let me tell you, that movie's fucking sad.
It is very sad.
That movie is fucking
Why did for the longest?
sad. Oh my god.
Lost
what
your
is going on?
peace.
Santa, lost my piece. That movie's sad as shit though. And then again at the end, he is like, all right guys, it's basically time for me to go to the afterlife now, and says bye to his wife and kid again. I'm just like, damn, bro.
For like the longest time, I had what's that like the Mandela Effect. I thought it was Bruce Willis that played him for the longest time.
Jack Frost?
Jack Frost.
No shit.
Not Michael Keaton.
In another universe.
In another
The one
universe.
you used to exist in.
Yeah. But if it was like the Mandela Effect, when I look at it, I'm like, I could have sworn I remember that movie as Bruce Willis.
You know what's another fun fact about that movie is the opening scene. They play an awesome rendition, like it's a band that play like their own rendition of Frosty the Snowman. That is actually like Michael Keaton's band in real life. Michael Keaton's like in a band in real life, and that's his band that's performing that. It's an awesome rendition of Frosty the Snowman. It's awesome. Big fan of Jack Frost. Big fan of Jack Frost. I wanted to get some representation, but that's another one I missed. That and The Night Before, the two ones I missed.
And then Ethan.
But, Ethan or Isaac. You wrote Ethan.
Is it Isaac?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ethan
it is Isaac.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
But yeah, Isaac is the father from The Night Before. It's a nice way to get representation for that movie.
And I think it's off the beaten path too, because a lot of them are established fathers. This is somebody that's going into fatherhood.
I had him on my
true.
list.
His last little like hurrahs, last Christmas with his boys.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Has a big realization of has like a real it was all fun and games, but a real mature approach to
He goes through
having
it,
a kid.
man.
He was
goes
realistic about
through
it. He wasn't like, oh, this is gonna be easy.
The
No,
shrooms
he-
are kicking in. What do I need to do? I'll do some coke to balance me out. He's like snorting below. And then he ends up fucking bleeding in the what's her name's drink there from
Mindy,
the office and shit.
Mindy.
Yeah. Did you bleed in my drink?
You're gonna be a horrible father.
yeah.
I gotta go.
So many cameos in that movie,
Oh,
too.
yeah,
There
and
is,
then James
there is.
Franco starts texting his phone.
Yeah. You like this dick? He's like, I mean, yeah, it's a nice dick.
Dope dick, dude.
Who wouldn't want that?
Good for you.
All right, it's settled. I'm sucking a dick tonight. He's so persuasive.
And then, hey, you know what? One of the best parts of Isaac is when he's outside of the church and he's tripping his balls off and he's talking to the nativity scene and he goes, hey, I'm sorry, I'm pretty fucked. He's like asking him for directions. He's like, I'm sorry. He's like fumbling his phone. I'm pretty fucked up right now. And it goes to the nativity scene for the
So
first
you
time.
go
And he's
see
like,
with my
yeah, no shit. But yeah, then the family shows up. It's great. Goes to church.
And then, middle of the church, probably one of the better parts, too, is when...
We didn't do that!
Yeah.
We didn't do that to Jesus!
He pukes and then runs away. He's like, we did not do that!
They think we did that to Jesus?
Yeah,
We didn't do that.
and then he accidentally stabs the athlete that was named
Oh,
Messiah
yeah.
at the end.
That's right. Yeah.
And he's like, so it's happening again. He covers up his Jewish star sweater.
It's happening again. It's happening again.
You watched this recently, didn't you?
Oh man.
Did you watch this
I
recently?
watched this yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched this
I was
like
gonna
a week
say,
or so ago
I
myself.
watched this movie like a bunch. Though.
You guys are all over every scene.
Such a good
Yeah.
Christmas movie.
The Jewish guy, the Jewish guy fucking
He crucified the Messiah.
crucified the Messiah. The Jewish guy crucified the Messiah. It's happening again.
He covers up his.
It's great. It is absolutely hilarious.
Gotta get the biblical references in on
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Christmas
yeah,
movie.
yeah. No
Gotta do
shit.
it.
No
Gotta
missed
do it.
opportunities in that movie.
Then you rounded it out in puppets from Santa Claus.
Oh.
Wait, another off-beaten path. All right. Hear me out, everybody. You go watch that scene and tell me it does not make you laugh every single time.
I don't
It's
even
such a
know.
little
I don't know what you're
sprinkle.
talking about.
It's such a
I
little
do know what he's talking
Oh,
about.
it's such a little sprinkle into the mysticism of Santa. Just a little like. All right, so
You have to show me later. You have to
It
show me
is
later.
such a small
I'm
role.
forced-
So I
I'm
can't
forced to
believe
book
you
the scene.
did that pick. Same pick stuff, I'll tell you. Let me tell you. As someone who knows Vision very well and talks to him a lot. Tough.
All right, so I'm sorry.
Vision's not great.
It's something just so simple. He walks in, sees the tray, puppet start chirping. So he's just got into it.
Can't tell what they're saying.
Oh no! The video froze. That's not cool.
Just shows Santa Claus naked. Well, not naked, but.
But every time he goes to the room, they're always chirping in the background.
I think you can tell by Luke's reaction that it was a wasted pick. It was a wasted pick.
I mean, that's like a
probably
10-second scene.
Yeah.
This sprinkled in here and there.
It was a wasted pick.
I probably did, but.
I mean, compared to Charlie Brown guy.
Yeah.
But honestly, my whole lineup I think is inarguable. Except not that last pick, it was weak, but that was one close to my heart. One of my favorite.
I do think that there's a
I
certain
respect Stone to your
audience
heart,
that would
too.
be very attracted to Phil's board. I'm not gonna lie. I do. The older John, I think it'd be an older demographic, but I do think that there's a category of people that
My
would very
first
much like
four,
your
Maybe
team.
Phil's mom.
You cannot say no to. The first four you cannot say no to.
You did start strong. You did start strong. Even the first. No, I loved you all the way.
And then the
Tim
second,
Allen is. I don't
and
know
then
that-
the
I don't know
second,
what
the
the
second
is.
half was me. It was more what I.
Yeah.
Been there. We go to third, and this is where the battle's going to come in, I'd say.
Oh.
Lukey Kleinen, baby. We got John McClane from Die Hard, great pick. Buddy the Elf, great follow-up pick. That was a great 1-2 combo right out of the gate.
Gotta do it.
We got the Miracle on 34th Street, Chris Kringle, Santa
But
Claus,
hold
which
on,
is a good traditional
audience,
pick.
but half the audience doesn't even think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So you gotta fight before you even get to your second pick. You gotta fight that battle.
That's fair.
Okay. That's not a terror. I got
Yeah.
St. Nick's homie Nick Soares last week was saying that he approved.
Yeah, Santa approved it himself, too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm Santa Claus himself. So
It's
I
not a
approve
it's
it.
a Christmas time movie. It's not a Christmas movie.
It's teach their own. I think it plays.
If they don't cut cake or there's no Santa, I don't think there's.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Christmas.
Might not be as full blown, but I mean, there's Christmas time. I mean, all of his Christmas party is a great example. No Santa Claus in that, but
There is no Santa Claus. Well,
Hysterical,
TJ, I guess. But
hysterical
that was a good
Christmas
one.
movie.
That was one that I had to dance around a little bit. I couldn't pick.
Were you-
anything-
I was
couldn't-
trying to find representation
I couldn't
myself
pick
from that
anything
movie.
specific, but-
yeah, hysterical movie.
Were you guys gonna stay away from Die Hard altogether, or were you thinking maybe
Hans
picking it
Gruber's
for-
the guy that I had
Hans
as the
Gruber.
villain. Yeah. Especially because it's
Hans-
Alan
yeah.
Rickman.
I had him on my
I
list, too.
I do love Alan Rickman. Actually, we just watched Love Actually again the other night, and I actually forgot that Alan Rickman was in that. And I love seeing him. He's awesome. He's just a force on the screen at all times.
Alan Rickman,
Yeah, he just, I don't know what it is, man. Something about him, he just demands such your
Harry
attention.
Potter.
Harry. All right.
Then we went to a recent pick that I thought was a great pick with the Guardians Christmas special. I mean, I don't think you can miss with that. And you stayed strong. Charlie Brown,
I know you didn't
Home
like Home
Alone
Alone.
2. I just think that they're a better.
Getting Home Alone 2.
I mean,
that
for
late,
instance,
so
Bad
alright.
Santa, I think is a better pick. That's just me, though. That's just my personal preference.
You already
Especially when
picked
you
The
don't
Bad
have-
Santa.
I did, but that's on my team. You have no
know.
representation there. But I'm trying to paint the audience.
It's true. Yeah, and there was a couple Home Alone references already.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
So-
true. Kevin
No,
McAllister.
I'm with
Home
you.
Alone.
Maybe could have done better. We'll go through the honorable mentions after this, maybe. But
Yeah,
I
we
got
can do that
some
real
good
quick.
ones.
Ebenezer Scrooge, and then Emily Hobbs to finish thing out. Which actually, I like the Emily Hobbs.
that's
pick. I think that was a good
you
pick.
didn't have her.
Solid.
You didn't have her on the list.
I didn't have her on here, no.
No, I didn't.
That was the first
I-
person I thought of.
I
Honestly.
actually did think about it, but I was like, nah. I didn't think she was too
Stepmom.
prominent. But no, that's good.
The Jack Frost mom's actually is a good mom too. She's another one. She holds down the family. Like while Michael Keaton's always gone off, she's always holding it down.
I haven't seen
and then
it.
even after he dies, obviously in the beginning, the son's obviously a mess, but she kind of holds it down again. Another one's kind of a little bit of a looker, there.
Got some talent.
Sure does.
One thing I am surprised about is that nobody went. I guess you went Charlie Brown, but nobody went old school, 70,
I had
40s,
1946. Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah.
I was thinking the Matilda version.
Oh, I was thinking 1946.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I was actually totally
when
thinking
I had asked, I thought I asked which one.
I was totally thinking
that's the actor I gave you was the 1940s version.
Oh, all right. So that's when I said we had the fingerprint.
Edmund Gwynn.
Shit! All right.
Because you balked a little bit when I was like, he had the snowflake fingerprint that might be in the newer one.
So you went real close.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
A good mix of new and
I
old.
agreed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
A good mix of new and olds. We'll put up a poll, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel good about my squad in this one. I feel like
You guys both have good lists.
I fucked up with the puppets. I should have ended it with Krampus.
Yeah, I think you needed to end it with Krampus.
You should have.
For you and for the board.
I know, for
think
you
Krampus
especially.
needed to come.
I had some other good options for you, but Krampus
Go
fit
ahead,
you.
We'll run through a couple of quick honorable mentions real quick.
Well, should we go by category maybe?
Yeah, whatever. However you want to do it.
So should we just do movies first and then go from there?
Just go down the list.
Yeah.
Santa Claus protagonist.
So 2 movies is first on the list.
Oh shit.
I don't know. Most of mine are on there.
Bad Santa was
you guys
one
have any that were missed.
Bad Santa was one that came right away from me.
Either a character or the actual movie was up there for all of mine. Except for I did have a very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Oh, that was
love the movie, but
possible.
tough to get any mention from there.
Yeah.
Waffle Bot probably would have been my favorite one for the non-animated character. I would have taken the Waffle Bot.
I had Danny Trejo as a dad.
Danny
Trejo as a dad. That would have been a good one
With the
too.
flashback of him as a 6-year-old and he still has a huge stash.
Yeah.
A white beater on.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's Harold's face on he's like my family ran into the alleyway and they were Korean gangsters.
Yeah. That's why he hates Harold. Yeah.
And it's all pictures of Harold's face on all the Korean gangsters.
Yep. No, the Harold and Kumar Christmas movie, that's a funny one, but one, it's tough to pick any real representation, I feel like, from it.
So this is one that I was gonna steal. I was 50-50 because I didn't think you guys were gonna know this movie. But 'Twas the Night with Bryan Cranston.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
You've never seen a Disney movie. All right, so homework.
Let's watch.
'Twas the Night. It's so it starts off Bryan Cranston. He's like a scammer, has a early 90s laptop where the people would
Yeah.
So he steals money or scams people, tells people to invest in some company, and then they eventually find him, tie him up, and then he escapes and runs back to his brother's house, and they have kids. He's very close with the son. The son's kind of like his uncle, being a little scammer, messing with his brother and stuff like that. And then Santa Claus shows up. They tie him up and they steal his sleigh. And he's got this weird little
Santa
ball
heist.
that stops time. And then they take a sleigh and go to different houses. And Bryan Cranston's kind of like the villain, but he's going to all these rich places, people's
This is
houses,
wild.
shrinking. His little ball can shrink gifts. So he's stuffing them all in his jacket, and at the very end, the nephew sees that he's just filled with all these gifts.
You ever seen this one, babe? 'Twas the Night?
'Twas the Night. Very good movie. Bryan Cranston. Yeah.
I love me some Walter White.
Yeah. And then Why Him? Another Bryan Cranston movie. That's Christmas.
Oh,
movie,
Why
right?
Him was funny. Yeah, it takes place during Christmas. That works. James Franco and shit.
It's almost my father.
Yeah, that's a funny one. I did like that movie.
Yeah. And then actually, one of my we can go on the list. Actually, we'll go through the list.
Oh yeah, we can just keep going.
Last
through
one
it.
I had
got
for a
most
movie
of it.
was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, that was
stop
the same.
motion one.
I didn't have any of the animated.
But that's all I had.
The original Frosty the Snowman. That's a good
Yeah.
one too.
That's
my
probably
biggest-
40 minutes too, but yeah.
Aside from A Night Before, I didn't get any personal representation. You get a little bit. Fred Claus is another one, but I kind of already mentioned that one. The other big movie I would say that I like a lot of things from it, a lot of characters and stuff that I had them written down, but I just skipped, would be 8 Crazy Nights. I had Woody and Eleanor.
That is not a Christmas movie.
What do you mean?
It's a Hanukkah movie.
I mean, it's a freaking holiday draft. Who
Are
cares?
you Santa Claus or you got dreidels?
What's that sign say?
I support
Christmas
all
draft.
races and religions.
I don't see any
creeds and
dreidels.
holidays.
No, you know Santa. Santa's only for Christians.
Because I did have Whitey Duvall, but I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this isn't a Christmas movie. Adam Sandler's Jewish.
Yep.
It's not a Christmas one.
I'm the kind of guy who can't stand the holidays, and I drink them all the way. That's me.
I mean, does Santa? I guess Santa takes care of all the little kids, whether they're
not the Jewish guys.
I mean, if they believe, right, Santa? Right, Santa?
Are we back on? We good?
Nah, he's still working.
What is going on here?
What about Santa Clauses, Phil?
That's bad. That's bad. That's all bad.
You're good, baby.
At least it was at the end.
Santa Claus can do no wrong.
We back.
All right. What is it? Oh no. You lost everything. You lost everything. How did we do that?
Everything got yanked.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that was bad. Right away, I'm the first one that came back without a problem.
Am I back? I'm back, baby.
Good.
Oh, we all back.
We're all good.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. We had a slight little turbulence problem there, but we're good.
You made it through all 8 rounds.
Yeah, we did. I was like
Sure did.
banking. I was the favorite to knock over a can. I was definitely the favorite.
You made it, baby.
Yeah, we made it.
You won.
Through.
Well, let's see. Was there anything? Like you were saying, 8 Crazy Nights, but that falls into the Hanukkah category. But like you said, I had Whitey, I had Eleanor, both of them hilarious.
Yeah.
That movie's
I
hysterical.
had those as well.
Bunch of great songs in that one too, man.
Yeah.
I love the music in that one. Cracks me up every single time.
Another one underrated. Actually, I wouldn't say underrated, but it was definitely a shitty movie. It was definitely fun. It was Richie Rich's Christmas Wish.
I didn't see that either.
Richie Rich's Christmas Wish. If I can say that right. Christmas Wish.
I didn't see that one either.
You haven't seen that?
No.
Have you seen the original with Macaulay Culkin? Richie Rich?
I don't think so.
What? Have you?
No.
I feel like I've seen them, but not since I was a kid.
Man, it's just picture you're just a filthy rich kid, and you can have like he has a McDonald's in his house. He's got roller coasters in his backyard. Just
No shit.
it might be like a couple decades too late to really enjoy that movie, but it's
Yeah, you missed out.
it's good. Keen
Yeah.
Bean, oh man, Professor Keen Bean. He's like their hired scientist that gives Richie all these crazy gadgets. Nah.
No, I'd have to go back and check that one out.
Nah, it's-
Sorry, Phil. That's why we got you, though.
Yeah.
We're covering all the bases. We complete each other.
I think aside from the things we listed, though, I think all my honorable mentions have pretty much been hit. Like I said, Jack Frost, 8 Crazy Nights,
Violent Night?
Night of.
Oh, one of my
I talked a
villains?
lot about Violent Night. I liked Violent Night a lot. That's a new one that I definitely, if you want to go check it out in theaters, if you're a moviegoer, I would suggest going and check it out.
I thought you were going to
Coming
say
out
him for
soon,
Santa. Especially with that intro.
Yeah, no, he was a good Santa. The movie was a good ass time. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was. It's one that's instantly going to be added into my regular like Christmas rotation going forward.
Sweet. I got to watch
For
it.
sure.
So this movie more of like a winter movie, but Snow Day, old school. Snow
Okay, yeah, that definitely plays.
Apparently they just remade that movie.
I didn't know that.
I don't know that
Yeah,
one
they
either.
like just.
I don't need
just,
to. I don't need to watch the
yeah,
replay. Yeah,
I'll
I'll just stick to the original.
Snowplow Man, that was gonna be one of my villains.
Snowplow Man. That would have been good.
Yeah.
Got a Snowplow Man and freaking Jack Frost too. That guy whipped him out a couple
Yep,
times.
yep.
He's no Hans Gruber.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Oh, and speaking of that, might have one of the better villains too. Is in the Night Before, the girl.
Yep.
She plays like does the Sticky
All
Bandits,
of
does
them,
the
yeah,
Han
yeah.
Gruber, does the what's the third one?
Pays homage to all of them.
Yeah.
Hans Gruber, the Wet Bandits.
There's another one.
I
I know she fucks
I
Anthony
think the
Mackie in the
Grinch
bathroom.
too. No, maybe.
I don't know. if
Steals,
that's one.
steals gifts. I don't know. They might be the Grinch.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that's all I had for the ones that we didn't cover.
Ernest Saves Christmas. Honorable mention. That needs a mention.
What is it?
Ernest Saves. Have you ever watched?
You are just naming movies I've never heard of.
You've never watched any of the Ernest movies?
I gotta be honest. I don't know if any of the things you're saying are even real.
Oh my god.
He's in Mandela world.
You guys have to tell Nick.
These are all the good movies
Santa
in the
about
land.
Ernest. He helped save Christmas, Santa. You were there. You were there. He gets all the.
Yeah, that was his double.
Yeah, and then
I
the
must
real
have blacked
Santa
out
gets
now.
like he gets incarcerated. The real Santa, and he gets everybody to start
Those are my
singing.
whiskey years.
No.
And that's actually the Christmas Chronicles. You guys see that movie with Kurt
Christmas
Russell?
Chronicles, I did see a little bit of.
He might have one of the best Santa performances.
He is a good Santa.
His like song
Swagger and
his
stuff.
song in the jail. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the whole
His
thing.
song
I
in the
fell
jail,
asleep
Santa
on
Claus
it.
coming to
It
town.
wasn't because I was bored.
Oh man, he does like a raspy jazz. Like,
Yeah.
Phil, you know all the Christmas shit, man.
Yeah, that one was when I didn't
Damn.
finish. I fell asleep, but it wasn't because I was bored. It was because I was actually genuinely tired, and it was late at night, and I just like fell asleep. But I was enjoying it when I was watching it.
Oh, rewatch that scene where he's like singing in the prison. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's all
I
time.
actually had to go
That's
finish
all
back
time
and watch it.
Santa.
I know they just made a second one to that too. They just made a sequel.
Might be the coolest Santa.
But I think, like we said, we're gonna put this up for a poll. We'll decide who wins, via that, and we'll come back in the new year in 2023, and we'll decide who won this thing.
Yeah,
But
thanks for having me
I
on,
like my
guys.
chances.
This is a ton of fun for sure.
I'm glad to have
It
you.
was
Glad
fun.
to have you.
You did a great job. Good job, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. But I think that is going to wrap us up for our Christmas show this evening. Thanks to a lot of people, Thanks to Luke. Thanks to Phil for being here and taking part in the show and the draft. Thank you to Steph, who not only produced the show, but helped me do so many things today as far as setting up the studio and making the draft boards and wrapping the ping pong gifts and just doing so many things. Shout out to my sister, who was nice enough to find me this beautiful Christmas suit. Really helped elevate the show a little bit. But thank you to everybody for tuning in. I hope you guys all enjoyed the show. I hope you guys all have a very, very Merry Christmas. Have a very Happy New Year. We will be back here with you guys with a fresh episode in 2023. We have a lot to get into. It's going to be a fun year here. But just, thanks to everybody who's been checking out the show to this point. You know what I mean? We started in September, but it's been a good couple months. We've had a lot of fun here. We've had a lot of fun. And I appreciate everybody who's, tuned in, shared the show, subscribed to the channels, all that. It really means a lot. So, as always, please smash the subscribe button, especially on YouTube. Instantly get entered into our giveaway. On the rest of the channels as well, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, all that. Leave a rating, leave a review, leave a comment. But, that's going to wrap it up for us here this evening. And,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas
Merry
is right.
Christmas,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hope you guys all have a very happy holidays. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you guys enjoyed the show. And we will see you guys all in 2023.
Let's go. Great. Oh, we should have planned out a little song at the end.